Hey guys, we're back in the game 7.
Hello, nerds.
Last game today.
We go again.
Yeah, not in a winning spirit, but
content.
content.
Teams had to do a little bit of an emotional recovery there over lunch. That's a rough one in the last round. Very tough to take.
Two very close losses. Very rough.
That's the thing. And ultimately, there's actually still a very good placing at the event to play for. It's always hard to feel like that when you've just lost.
If we win this round, what are we in for?
I think places pretty much up to about third place are actually still possible depending on results elsewhere.
Okay.
So battle points play a big part. So what the team needs to do here is try and win well.
Win hard,
finish the
win
event
high.
strong and get themselves a decent placing overall. What they do not want to do is lose this game. If England lose this game, there is a genuine chance that they are a Seed 2 team next year. It is not impossible.
That would be a big upset.
That would be... I mean, it would be hilarious. Come on, David. We know that would be really fun. But no one wants that. No one wants that in the England team. Funny for everyone else.
Might be fun for us to find
Yeah.
some views.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Wait, hold on a minute. Aren't you on the team?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Horrible.
Awful. But it would be funny. I'm able to laugh at these things. I think it's a big round into Italy now. And we've got some spicy games.
So what is the most swingy game you can see here? I can see one, and I can tell you why.
My guess, looking at it, is probably the bottom one.
Yes.
Blood
Combat
Angels,
versus
World
combat.
Eaters. Yeah.
It's like Blood Angels are like, oh, we had rough game. Oh, let's give you another hard game. Let's see what you do now.
Rough game. Yeah, that's.
It's a redeem game for Blood Angels.
A man is seeking redemption in a very swingy, volatile matchup down the bottom there.
Yes. He really needs to bring some results because he won't be able to live with himself. He's the kind of player that's always been reliable, solid, bringing overestimate results. So the fact that he's got 2 zeros is unheard of, and I'm sure he's not happy.
It's genuinely unprecedented, and so obviously he's taking that very tough.
He took it very tough, yeah.
Took it very tough. He's very quiet, very down on himself right now, but he's going to play his game and he's going to get back in the game, and he jumps straight into a hard pairing.
I'm sure he'll be laser focused.
That's the kind of guy that he is. Jumps straight back into a hard pairing. So then we've also got Astra Militarum Guard, Nassim Fouchain running into a Blood Angels list, doing his thing. Grey Knights of Chris Radford into T-Suns. Eldari of Tony Chu going into quite a mech-heavy Tau.
Which is good for him, right?
Yeah,
he's got loads of lances
in theory, the anti-tank in the Eldar list is going to do work there. Then we have the accursed heavy pact-bound CSM of Boris Michev, a list that has been performing all weekend, coming in better than planned into all the nastiest things the game has to offer all weekend. Very grindy, very effective list piloted by Boris, who is a fantastic player. Hasn't actually dipped below 10, I don't think, at any stage.
Yes. And we didn't really drag him on the stream because he's got an army with high model count. It's a pressure high game. But now that it's a last round already, a wind down round effectively, he agreed to come on the stream. He seems to be in good spirits.
He's playing into Necrons, so that's a spicy match to finish things up.
It's like 4 Catans?
Yeah, 4 Catans. I think there's a monolith. There usually is. Vic VJ on the Thousand Suns playing into Sisters for the second time today, and then Leagues of Votan, Alex Harrison playing against Grey Knights.
Yep.
And finishing it up, Chris Kinnair's Sisters going after the Astra Militarum. So another team that have brought guard here. That's nice to see. And obviously the Italians have had a good event, and we are looking forward to throwing down with them now to try and out a high placing.
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
I know I promised you Chris Radford of Grey Knights, but we noticed he drew Thousand Suns, and I was like, I won't do it to you guys.
We felt like Chris had enough thinking to do.
And we had Thousand Suns on a lot.
We've had them on a lot.
We figured you've seen plenty of them.
And actually CSM we've not had at this event.
Nope.
So that's really exciting.
We did have Necrons, but not that kind of Necron list.
Not to give anything away, but Boris is also an incredible painter and hobbyist, and his CSM are beautiful. So
yes, and he won Best General.
Be trying to get you some close-ups of that. Yeah, exactly. He won Best General at Worlds, which is obviously based on the whole combination score. So this should be a really spicy game playing into Francesco's Necrons.
Yeah. Afternoon, Martin, and you're just in time for us to go through the players' lists.
Yeah, here we go.
I can see the logos didn't show up in the for Boris. I'll see. I know why. I'll fix that in a minute.
Beautiful.
But I said to Tom, I'm not quite sure how pact-bound zealots work.
The good news, David, is I do, because I play pact-bound. I've always argued it's the most effective CSM detachment, and I was, of course, one of the voices shouting for us to take it. So I'm more than happy to to talk about this one.
And you can see Francesco's name is very long, so it barely fits in the line. But
this is an all-in mission play tar pit combat list.
Tar pit list. Oh, I
it
love me
is
some Tar Pit
triple
CSM.
Accursed with Dark Commune. All Chaos Undivided, which means they can have a hell of a go turn. When they juice up, they get +1 to hit and wound, advance and charge. With the Undivided strat, you can be re-rolling all your wounds and re-rolling your ones to hit. It makes this unit phenomenally dangerous into almost anything. They blood surge, so if you shoot them, they come towards you. They're very chewy, a lot of wounds under a 5-up invuln, very hard to kill, very obnoxious to deal with, and they get closer to you. We've then got 4 squads of Legionnaires, 2 squads of Cultists, 1 Nurgle, 1 Slaanesh. All the Legionnaires in Slaanesh, that makes them very effective in melee with Exploding 5s in Pac-Ban. And Exploding 5s is a big part of why you would run Pac-Ban. The other thing they gain is access to advance and charge stratagems. So 2 of those squads are headed up by Lords, making them that little bit more killy. I still really rate Chaos Lords with Legionnaires and Rhinos.
Absolutely.
It's very, very
Legionnaires
cool.
Legionnaires haven't been touched, and they're such a good unit. You get a Last Cannon and a Power Fist for cheap. You can put it in the Rhino and they can shoot out of the Rhino. It's just amazing.
It's a phenomenal list in that sense. It's got Cypher in there. Cypher gives you an aura of +1 CP to your opponent's strats. Very useful. He can also shoot pretty well. He's not too shabby in combat as well. He uses his guns in combat. And that's the core of the list, really. But there is 1 or 2 aces in the hole left. You've got 10 Slaanesh Warp Talons. This is a very annoying unit.
And they can do a
runs
lot
out.
of damage.
It kills things. It's brutal. Exploding 5s. 40 attacks. Twin Link, Strength 5, AP 2, Damage 1. And if it kills a unit, it goes back up in the sky, ready to rapid ingress and do it all again. So this is a unit that, if it's used right, can win you games on its own. It's very, very effective, very annoying for the opponent to play around. And in a matchup like today, where the Necrons aren't packing an awful lot by way of combat, they've got a few Catan to do the heavy lifting, and that's about it. I think these guys are going to have a role to play picking off the smaller units. And then in the chaff, he's got a couple of Nurgle demons. He's got Nurglings for forward deploy, screening.
They no longer can do actions, but they're still phenomenal for engage, for screening, like World Eaters, things like that. And just -1 to hit when they're hidden behind walls and surrounded by hundreds of cultists. It's also nothing to forget, because that -1 to hit can be massive, especially when you've got that many models to chew through.
Absolutely. And then we've also got a Beast of Nurgle. Now, the Beast of Nurgle is a funny unit. He's a chunky, happy little guy. We all know I love happy little guys.
Yep.
And if you don't kill him, he heals back to full. So that's fun.
I love him. It's a great model as well. Just having the model is great.
The model's one of the best GW have actually put out. I really love it to bits. He just looks silly and goofy and fun. And you can imagine that's a little teleporting action monkey to come and drop down somewhere, be annoying. If you can find a spot where there isn't much enemy capacity to hurt him, he just lives there for the rest of the game. Really annoying, really funny.
And the Hybrid Crypt Legion.
Here we go.
It's a stellar opposite of the CSM list. It's very elite. You've got 4 Catans, effectively, right?
Yeah.
It's 4 Catans is like majority of the army. Nightbringer and Void Dragon, which is basically a staple. Nightbringer, very small, very easy to hide. Void Dragon, ever so reliable, especially against vehicles. Now that they're all hitting on 2s, with anti-vehicle, I believe 2+, it just makes it amazing. Hexmark Destroyer, again, action monkeys, but they also provide Overwatch. They Overwatch for free, and multiples of them can Overwatch, I believe, specifically. Normally it's not a thing, but they can. Royal Warden with Immortals. I believe Royal Warden allows them to fall back and shoot still.
That's right.
We've got some Death Marks for up and downy actions, and Locust Destroyers because they're one of the best units in the Codex for deep strikes and actions.
Yeah, they're just cheap little action doers, aren't they?
I think it's 2 wounds, toughness 6.
Yeah.
Or 3 wounds, toughness 6, sorry, I think.
One of the issues that Hypercrypt has, especially in an elite list like this, where all the points are in 5 models, you need to be able to screen the space and do the actions, and Locust Destroyers just shore that up, don't they?
Yeah, and the Monolith is an army in its own. A lot of shots, combat, extremely tough, almost impossible to kill sometimes with toughness 13, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen all event that Hypercrypt, like Grey Knights, are putting up great scores. Very hard to put away in teams because they can always swing back with a secret mission towards the end of a game. They score for fun on secondaries and they're okay at primary, and so they have an amazing niche in teams right now. Very, very effective army.
And we can see players are already deploying. They are on the Crucible of Battle deployment because WTC tends to keep the same.
Yeah, same layout for the second day, right?
Yeah, the same deployments for the day makes it just easier on the players to prepare. And since we are on the final game, we are playing Scorched Earth and Inspired Leadership.
We sure are. You've all played Scorched Earth. That's been around for a while. You
It's
burn objectives, you get extra
better
points. It's improved a little bit. 5 points for burning a midfield objective, 10 for burning your opponents, and you can do that on the end game as well now.
And I believe the difference now is you can burn 2 midfield objectives.
There's
for
no
10,
cap on
right?
how many that you burn. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It used to be that you only get 5 for middle, 10 for your
Let's
opponents.
just double check
and I
that
think
now.
it's
That's going to be in your missions here, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be in the missions here somewhere. We should have prepared, but we've been running around trying to get some food.
Yeah.
It gets delayed. But we also have Inspired Leadership, and Inspired Leadership is interesting. If you're a warlord,
Yeah, no cap. 5 for each no man's land, 10 for your opponents.
Makes it just much easier. And then at the end of the game, you can obviously
you can do it
when you
end,
couldn't do it before.
Yeah.
You can score it and then cap
Score it,
and
then burn it
it.
just because of sequencing, and it's your turn. You decide. Yep, very effective.
And
It's a grindy, drawish mission a lot of the time. It's really on one team to break through. That seems to be the kinds of missions they've gone with. End game swingy ones that level out early leads. Lots of tight margins.
Yeah.
You actually need to win big to win.
I believe that the monolith cannot fit in the middle.
No, I don't think it does.
But it can teleport around because
You don't tend to see them in the middle.
great things. Yeah, it looks like players rolled on who goes first. Let's get the player mics on, see what's going on.
Little quiz for you guys as Boris deploys. What's the paint scheme? What CSM Legion is that? Can you recognise them? Let me know.
I don't know.
Okay, so it looks like Necrons are going first.
Okay.
Let's
They don't like that.
get me little graphics going. It's currently their command phase. Their cards have been drawn.
We had someone asking if I think Pac-Ban's better than Renegade Raiders. I think it depends on what you're looking for. I think Renegade Raiders is really, really good at a specific set of things. And what I like with Pac-Bound is that it has a set of tools that can dig you out of a number of other types of matchups and situations. Fight on death, lone op and stealth. A much greater concentration of output, particularly in units like the Accursed Cultists. And it's not as reliant on being on objectives to do its damage like Renegade Raiders is. So, yeah, it's just flexibility, I think, for me. Toolkit depends on the sorts of armies you're trying to take on.
There we go. Better shot at Boris's army.
But the reality is the CSM book is just low-key very good. We will get you some zoomed-in shots, Krebs, on the CSM, don't you worry. We're able to get a few shots just of the army a little bit closer up, David.
Yes, it's the problem is it's a USB camera, so that's probably the best angle we can get in here. It's because our cameras are pretty far away from the table to allow players to walk around freely.
Maybe if we get a few photos courtesy of Jacob, or we go in close with the camera later, do that.
Yes, exactly. When we go do the camera walk around, you can walk up and actually zoom in.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm planning on, getting HDMI cameras that will have unlimited zoom effectively. So we can look at Boris's models in close enough to see if he's got any mode lines remaining anywhere on his model, which I always like to remind people when I find anything on the model. There you go. Necron's definitely going first.
Void Dragons on the run.
I will leave you with that shot and quickly have a look what secondaries he drew, so
Sounds
I can
great,
update the chat, so they can talk about how the game's gonna go.
Jack Asher in the chat, you've got it. It is Sons of Horus. Correct.
There's a wall there, but just leaving us.
Formerly Lunar Wolves, soon to be Black Legion. Lovely, lovely.
Did they have enough move? Did they have enough move to containment?
Yeah, 9 within the edge out of my deploy. I stay here, I have to move the last one there and the first there.
14, and you move 5, right?
Yeah.
Easy. Yep.
Immortals
What's on the
going out
home
to do
objective?
containment.
Nothing currently. No, nothing. No, go ahead.
So some nice starting cards for Francesco. Containment and engage.
Oh, I can stay here with the last one.
There you go. With the
like
mission
he
being
might-
Crucible, it's fairly easy to walk out and do containment. Although that top part of the
checking for this guy.
Top part of the table might be difficult to
Sorry?
reach.
Yeah,
I want to see
I don't
this guy.
think.
If I move 8 there,
Being nice and precise here with his measurements, Francesco, which we appreciate.
What does he move?
8.
No, it's touching the base.
Yeah, I
He
think he's
cannot
just
go through
out.
walls.
Well, I can with a trick I showed you now.
What's the trick?
I have to stay 9, 6.
I'm curious what the trick is to get.
I hope he doesn't think teleporting a Catan will work, because it
If I
won't.
stay here, I see the rhino, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, because he needs to advance, so he cannot do an action. It used to be a thing, which is
Maybe he's going to move the monolith up and then
teleport to the
teleport
monolith.
something to the
Okay.
monolith.
Try the movements.
Ah, that's what he was measuring. If I go there with a monolith,
Yeah.
can I then disembark the teleport within 3? Is that putting me? He basically needs to be within 12 inches of
Only
the
within
edge.
9.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very good. Doesn't look good. I don't know what he's trying to. Not sure this is going to work, but we'll see.
It's scrapping for points.
Just need to be within 6.
Yeah.
Not wholly. Yeah, but he's nowhere close.
No, it's the base or the one.
Ah, the hull.
It's
okay.
gonna be the
So
hole,
just within
definitely,
6, not
because
wholly
it's
within 6?
overhanging the
Only
base.
within, but I can move.
Oh, you can move it further. Okay, yeah, okay. So this is your furthest, and wholly within is just there, just a bit further.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Players working together on
And
which
that's a
floors
CP?
over here.
Because these are very
That's a
precise things.
stratagem?
Quite often, containment and engage go down to half an inch
So
or
he
quarter an
moves
inch
and
that
then drags someone
you
next.
cannot quite catch.
The reinforcement.
Um,
but I move for checking this.
And as you can see, that the monolith is basically maybe it gives you a better idea of the distance when you look at it from the side.
Now, no, because of this.
Let's lower
Because
down
the
the
angle
mic
is here.
because the guys are pretty loud. There you go. If you ever need the players to be louder or quieter, let us know, and I can always adjust all that.
Because
It's quite hard to
whoa,
gauge when you're listening to them through the headset.
He's not wholly within 6 now. It's halfway through his base.
There you go. That's a good thing to
Perfect.
have. Is the little measuring stick. You need to be within 9.
Perfect.
Now he is.
I'll do it this way, easy.
Hey Pain Celestine, welcome back. I'm glad to see many
we can
returning
see the
faces
lineup.
enjoying
Yeah,
the
it's
stream.
lovely. There's still so many of you here. To the dizzying heights of 300 for the England-US game. I can understand why people might then want to go and spend a bit of time outside, cool off, get some air. I think
Exactly.
our boys would like to have taken that sort of time, but they've got to move on
Oh,
with it
don't
now.
worry. Only a few more hours for us, and well, I'll start packing for a few hours. Then I'll be let off the leash,
Nope.
maybe able to
Doesn't
go
fit the
outside.
rhino.
But in the meantime, while the guys are trying
Because
to
of
measure
this.
things, which is pretty common in 40k, make sure you check out Tom's channel.
Oh, yes,
6++.
please. Come support us at 6++ Gaming, 40k, competitive,
Yeah,
fun,
I'll just do
silliness,
this 'cause it goes all the
seriousness, learning, good times, whatever you want, we do it all. Got our 100th
It does not
live
go over the
stream
rhino.
podcast going out next week on Tuesday, so you can get my inside scoop on
No,
this
but you can
event.
come here and see.
It has been eye-opening,
Second inch off.
And
fascinating.
more than anything, it really makes you want to play 40k.
Oh my word, doesn't it? What I want is a week doing absolutely not 40k, and then I might start playing after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's a rematch from Euros, right? A couple of years back. Italy
Yeah,
versus
indeed, it
England.
happens. It
I use
happens.
this as a
Let's
straight
see if
line.
Italy prevails again. Hopefully not.
No, but
Hopefully
it's
it's
a
our
thin
time to
line.
shine.
It's not even close. Come my side.
You gunning again, Andrew? Oh, I
Second
suppose it's
inch
a good time to make use of the weather because
Look where it
I bet
goes.
it won't last too long. Nothing good ever lasts long.
Okay, I have a little bit more.
So Boris just holding his own on a few
Second inch
measurement
off.
calls here.
It's one of the things
To be
that's
precise.
really have to be careful with
Just
because
shoot it. Just shoot it.
the game is
I'm not gonna measure for an hour. Just shoot it.
game is designed to be exactly what it is, and sometimes you can
He
about
definitely
just
had
do
the
it,
move to get here.
and sometimes cannot.
He pivots for free,
Yeah, it's around this.
and he moves 8.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still
So
around
it's
base
one on the
because
line
remember
or
the
yours?
GWFAQ
No,
for
8
the actual
inches.
rotation
Yeah,
hasn't been implemented
yeah.
yet because it was
And this is the
Post
base,
rules
then
cutoff.
I drop it.
Super Chat Beer Fund has indeed grown. We have been spoiled this weekend. Thank you to everyone who's
Yes,
spoiled us.
we've been supported way more than I've ever seen on this channel. I'm super happy for it, and I'm glad you guys
we're a
enjoyed
dream
the
team,
content.
David.
Yeah.
We made it happen.
Exactly.
But these guys at home are really lovely, and it's amazing.
And you guys were very civil. I'm used to Chad being rambunctious bunch that you have to tame, but you've been great.
Bunch. Well, I've noticed a lot of 6++ fans in the chat, and our guys are
Oh,
pretty
that's
nice.
why.
They're pretty nice. They're quite sweet, nice men. That's what we like. You know, good guys playing the game, having fun. So I felt like the chat's reflected that. It's been awesome. But if Magic's still skulking around, he's done his best to make it a bit trolly at times.
Yes.
Love you, Magic.
Oh,
Where we
Oh
are.
yeah, Magic loves to throw a spanner in the works.
No, this 5.
Oh dear.
5-10. Yeah, 5.
And yeah, Cathal, very much looking forward to the after party at Bar Popular. The only concern is that we're all going to fall down. We're knackered, absolutely knackered at this stage.
But content. It's been a really fun weekend,
Oh, it's been amazing.
and I feel like it's warming up for some reason.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Beer gardens are gonna be nice and warm and definitely overloaded with
Definitely
players.
a few teams I just haven't actually got to see or talk to. You know, the Australians, the Polish. There's a few where because we haven't crossed them, we've not really
Yeah, I didn't
hung
know
out with
that.
them. So there's a few I'd like to track
I
down.
didn't know
I need to
that.
go and track down some dice because
No, I don't know
I
that.
love collecting team dice.
Paul Bridge says we can be worse if you prefer.
No,
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 it's okay.
Reports every time. Moves.
When he runs,
9 away.
cannot charge.
Okay.
If I use the hypercrypt, I can charge.
Okay.
Yes, so the Italian player is explaining that if he advances his Catan and teleports, he cannot advance because he cannot charge because he's advanced. But if he gets
So
picked
when I
up by
ask
the
him, the
hypercrypt
Catan
rule,
shoot me turn
then
1.
he can charge.
The answer is no.
Obviously,
but now
there's
he
a caveat:
teleports and
if you
shoots me.
deep
That's
strike
okay.
within 3 inches,
No,
you still
that's
cannot
okay.
charge.
You can do it. It's fine.
It's,
It's
only for engage. But
It's okay. It's okay.
You bought a Leafs ticket, Andrew. Great.
Yes, Andrew, coming back to 40k.
Big events are always fun. Anytime you
I
can
don't
get your
like-
hands on a ticket.
Just a
Just blood source.
genuine heavyweight of the UK scene. Such a strong player, so many good results in his locker. Be very cool to have you back, Andrew. I hope life with the family is going well, though. Sometimes there are more important things than 40k.
Sometimes.
I think a few of our boys will be trying to remember that next week.
The problem is when we
across
start,
the tabletop's back as well. The boys are all reunited.
Nice.
We go again.
and we're holding strong.
One
like,
last shift. We've got 3 hours
Exactly.
left. We've only done 3 days of this.
Whenever I look at the stats, we've got nearly 200 viewers steadily, which means you guys are enjoying it and returning, and I'm really glad because it's fun. When you think about when you look at the numbers online, it doesn't reflect how many people there are. But just
Yeah.
imagine 200 people around us
Everything's
sitting
on
there
both.
watching a game.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing how many people you accrue, and given most of you are probably what you should be doing, household chores, gardening, painting. Probably should be painting your pile of shame. That's getting bigger and bigger, and having a game in the background.
With this guy.
Hypercrypt being
He's
quite
12.
aggressive here, pushing out Catan to
You
see
can
what
move it
happens.
It's
Pushing out the Monolith. Monolith's relatively safe for now because there's not really guns in this CSM list. It's
Yes.
more of a bodying and drowning list.
and that's it. Well, I've played Necrons enough to know that these Catans are really tough to take
They're a
down.
real pest, aren't they?
But once Boris swarms objectives with cultists,
Oh yes.
he won't be able to get on the objectives. So I think the
Yes.
idea is
I'm not gonna smoke.
I'll get on it, so you fight me on it rather than me trying to
I'm not
push you
gonna
off
smoke.
it.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting. I think you'll all have some idea of what can happen next
2 wounds. 6s.
as far as the CSM list is concerned.
One go
I
through.
think Catan stood very much in front of it.
10. 6 now, down to 4.
But it's going to be interesting.
sorry, it's,
Very
3
interesting.
+ 1, 4, down to 6. 6 left.
6 left,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's D6 plus 3, right?
This is
John
+1.
Swallow, last information
4,
I had on
6
England's
left.
placing was
Yeah.
that third wasn't impossible, though very unlikely. Fourth and fifth very much to play for, I think.
13.
And that's where we are.
That rhino here on the top is getting shot. Is down to 6 wounds.
3 up.
What's
5
the
up.
strength? 8.
Tom Green's trying to actually literally recruit Andrew
18.
Bourbon from Warmasters in the chat. What a scandal.
AP1.
Unbelievable. He's spoken for, Tom. Leave him alone.
Damage.
And no, sorry, we don't
So
have
down to
Granias
2.
on the stream. We wanted to, but they paired
gonna
into
kill one
Thousand
in my
Suns, and we
command phase,
wanted
nothing else is
to
doing me, so I'll
not
go
bring
down
the
to 4.
Thousand Suns on for like a 6th
down
to
to
7th
3.
time on the
Yeah.
When I
stream.
heal, yeah.
Shooting on this.
On threes or twos?
On twos and sustain.
Oh, there
Yep.
you go. The Italian player is pretty quiet, so I'll
Sensei.
bring up his microphone a little bit.
This
Sounds
bull,
good.
Damage 2,
D3
D3.
on the small guy, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll the damage and then I'll.
Are you a fin open?
Yeah, I feel no pain. 6 up.
6 up.
Yeah.
Yes, Accursed extremely tough to
You can
remove.
roll it.
Yeah, 1,
Kills one guy.
4,
Kill a guy that doesn't have a feel no pain.
1,
Kills 2 small.
6,
Kill a guy that doesn't have a feel no pain.
1,
So 3 small, 2 with no feel no pain.
Boris
Okay.
is very good
So,
at apportioning out damage to his little
1,
idiots in the cursed squad there.
2.
Oh yes, Magic. So you know
And
why
then
Magic
2
is so
guys that
bitter?
don't have a feel no
Because he
pain.
works weekends.
Okay.
Oh,
Fine.
bless
That's why
him.
he's in the chat,
Bless
him.
talking
Blood
crap.
Yep.
No,
You cannot
nothing wrong
charge,
with being
right?
a humble shit
No.
stirrer. You're very good at it, Magic. It's nice to have at least a little
cannot
bit of angst in the chat.
Reactive move.
Yeah. He's the only bad person in the chat we have, which is
So you see
really good.
there, the accursed have been shot at, so they are now blood surging.
Yes, that's another great
Just in
rule
case
that
they
we've
weren't
been
close
given.
enough to the objective already.
Yeah, I cannot get another angle because Boris is in the way, so I think the
Yes.
top down will be
One
the best we
interesting
can do.
dimension here is that I guess the Transcendent could charge them.
Yes.
No, is it might not be? No, it's not able to charge the turn it teleports.
Oh yes,
is
it
No,
advanced.
it's not. So it's
You're right.
advanced. And yeah, John, we'll have to see. Going to get the app out now and just try and make sense of it. I've actually not really looked at BCP
Yeah.
all weekend. Been too busy.
So you got engage
wading through this
for
event.
2.
Yeah, A6 for containment.
Engage for 2.
There you go. That's the
Containment for
Italian
6.
player's turn.
Yes. Your turn? 1
CP.
Yeah.
So here we go. CSM
I need some
time.
cards.
So both players are on 2 CPs. It looks like I'm on a CP duty because players use the dice, so they're not really doing too much
Our
on
current favourites going into these final games. French and the Swedish with the best results, only 1 draw apiece. Got USA on 1 loss after beating England in the last round. Spain on 2 draws. Australia and Poland both on a draw and a loss. Then England coming up behind with 2 losses. So it needs a lot to go for them, above them, for it to work out for England. But a strong win here is definitely what they want to make sure they finish as well as they possibly can. Try and take advantage of anything that happens above them.
And yes, Magic, it's very hot in Belgium as well, and it's very humid inside this hall, so I understand your pain. And Jake, don't worry if you missed any of the games. Live VODs are available on YouTube already, and tonight I'll be cutting up the videos and uploading them as a separate battle reports, effectively, every game separately, so I'll be able to catch up on all of them, so worry not. Yes, and all the games on the stream were really good. I don't think we had any disappointing games. There was one War Master game that was pretty slow. That was probably one to watch when you try to, go to bed. Tom's,
the last few
Tom's
rounds,
ASMR voice.
France and USA games are incredible, Jake. If you want to watch those, I highly recommend Nas versus Sacco, John Lennon versus Nas as well. Both phenomenal games.
14,
Played to an incredibly high and sporting standard, which is what you like.
outside of 14,
Yeah, it's
within 15, move 6, within 9, 9 on 3d6.
If you ever wonder what core skills in 40k are, just listen to the questions Boris is asking all the time. So precise, never getting caught out, mapping out everything in front of him, everything that could be
I'll
happening.
leave the top down to you with
Even
you.
if you don't know an army particularly well, and I think Boris does know Necrons well,
Definitely
you
does.
can have the right questions to literally be mapping it out and figuring it out as you play. And that's what the top players are able to do every time they hit an occasional matchup they're not as well
Only
prepared for.
the other units.
I'll go and have a look at the score sheet because they've been keeping it on paper, but they didn't
No
quite
problem
put
at
the
all.
points.
So
I'm pretty sure I know what
the
it
less
is, but
Boris
I'll
has
make
to think about that, the better. It's his first
Exactly.
time on stream, so just go and have a look now,
Exactly.
David. I'll hold the fort.
2 points. 2 points. Because you're within 6.
Yeah. I have
Really
one
glad you
unit
enjoyed the
within
stream,
6.
Jake
You're
Prescott.
within 6,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's my first ever time commentating.
So advance
It's
in
been good
charge.
fun. Might do it some more.
Here, is that the front of your base?
Yeah, it's a 16.
Within?
So
Within
Necron scored 6 on
16, but outside
containment,
15.
so he must have just squeezed in that
It's
that
a
model
9.
from the monolith.
Same
On
model.
3d6.
And 2 on engage
Oh,
because you can see he's in
this
3
is-
quarters.
This is 8, this is 9. On 3d6.
So Boris is considering advancing charge on the accursed, I
Yes,
believe,
whether you use the go turn now, I mean,
because it's once a game.
realistically, using it to crack Catan is as good a use of it as any. The thing is, if they don't do it,
It's more of the fact that the Catans won't chew through the
yeah, you've got to get on the
through the
points,
accursed,
right?
and they won't be able to teleport around when they're in
Guaro.
combat.
Guaro. Guaro. Acqua.
Yes, back in the day, 40k was a really, you know, all the people thinking that 40k competitive players are scummy are way from back in the day, because back in the day you had proper
Just there.
Only there.
Yeah.
asshole strats to waste their opponent's
Don't be
time.
an
But
arsehole. How hard could it be?
I don't think it's a thing anymore.
It's dying out, I think. One player at a time.
It's kind of grew out of that. It's no longer cutthroat.
Here
It's more of
come-
people want good competition.
Here come the accursed cultists. Boris lovingly refers to
that
them
was,
as chonksters and peasants for the big
Yes.
boys and the little boys, respectively.
And the advance in charge is not only advance in charge, it also gives you
Chonksters do
plus
the
1 to hit and
damage.
wound.
And the peasants line up to take the wounds. It's
Mm.
beautiful.
Yeah, the big chonkers always hit hard.
Yeah.
I've played that list. I only had 1 squad of accursed because I refused to contrast the rest of them to find them in time. But you know, when Money was a menace with that list, it was accursed
oh, yes.
everywhere.
Accursed is terrifying.
Cultists are going to get area denial
Chet
and deny
Prescott
the
says the
point.
rounds I missed are the ones we lost, so now I have to watch every time
15.
England play. Yeah, I'm with you.
4 OC.
So it's
no
your fault,
Overwatch
you're telling
here,
me.
right?
Only this
Yeah,
guy.
let's blame it on Jake.
Yeah, it's 18, isn't
To blame it on
him?
someone.
Yes.
That'll all be for figuring
stay
out
out.
afterwards. I think in both the rounds lost, there were a few things in pairings. And a few things in game management after that
Yeah,
point.
well, C1 with this
You
guy.
could feel
Yeah,
going into
4
both
OC,
that all
yeah.
was not quite well.
18.
As long as you can identify the issue, it's good, because then you can
crucial.
rectify it. It's the worst if you cannot identify it,
How many
Yeah.
shots on Overwatch?
because then you don't quite
6.
know what to do.
Paul Bridge is a big fan of the
Yeah.
chonksters and peasants idea for the accursed
Sustained
world.
or
Get
no?
ready,
No,
because
no,
I'm going to talk
I
about
hit on
chonksters
2+,
and peasants
I
until they're
would
all
on 2+,
dead. And that tends to
6,
take a while.
2 knockover.
So you've got professors,
Just tell me where I need to take the
chonksters,
outside.
peasants.
You can move that guy. We know he's just touching the objective.
I mean, Tom is very posh, so calling someone a
it's
peasant
fine.
is very fitting.
It's not me doing it, it's Boris. I would never actively call anyone a peasant. That's not for me.
Is that your imperialist
Although,
coming through?
yeah, fun fact
There's
for you,
4
Dave, my
guys.
surname, Lohman, more or less just means
Deny the
peasant.
point, area
Oh,
denial.
I see.
My family come out of
They're
Dorset,
gonna
where they
jump in
all
the lineup.
farm cider.
Apparently, my surname
Back here.
means Smith. So
Oh, there you go.
Schmidt.
You're
Well,
the Polish Smith. There
It's,
we are.
I'm the Polish Smith. So Schmidt
Once they get up,
is
okay.
the German version of my name.
Yep.
Schmidt is the Polish version of my name,
2
and
points.
Smith is the English version of my name,
Oh,
which
there we
all
go.
means
We
Smith.
did no more.
There
I
we
didn't know
go.
that.
Yeah. 'cause
Jack
you're
calls
within
them
6, you're
fat
blocking
boys
the
and
5,
babies. What do you call your accursed cultists? Let us know in the chat.
Fun fact about my family: my mother's maiden name comes from a smelter, so family of smelters, and my dad's is family of smiths.
Yep.
So just it was meant to be.
Yeah, Magic's saying that even certain historical events have not repeated themselves. You're not wrong, Magic, and I say one of our goals going into the event was not to have any issues at all on the
Yeah,
sportsmanship
it's-
front. I think we've achieved that.
Yeah, we had absolutely no issues, and
This has been great for that.
don't get me wrong, I did banter
I
about
found
it
the lineup.
plenty of
Yeah.
times with the team when asking who goes on the stream.
You can
Huge,
advance
huge deal.
when you put the model
We
inside.
wanted a bunch of good, clean games, and I think that's
Not
we've
on
managed to
top,
have
the
that,
rhino
and
move.
that's really cool.
Yes, so that's the thing with the competitive games. So if you notice, the Glasshammer channel was mainly designed around
Guys
competitive
inside.
content because we had money on the stream and he provided competitive analysis. But it loses a lot of appeal because competitive play needs to be very
But the
accurate and
cultist
very
is, on
measured.
the floor.
Yeah,
And a lot of the aesthetics,
You have
even
moments?
in model
Okay.
building and stuff,
not
you
this
lose the appeal because armies have to paint
You're right.
it quickly for the rules changes.
Yeah.
Terrain needs to be very simple to use for measurements and
Completely.
rules. So you lose a lot of appeal in competition, but the appeal you want is the competitive spirit of best players doing the
100%.
best
5
things
regular legionnaires.
around the board. So it's give and take. You cannot really have everything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I need a 1 on the advance to get to the
You
point,
can
but
see
they
here
cannot containment because I have
that
to
Boris
advance
is opting to charge on the flanks. He's buying himself a turn in the middle because Void Dragon was clearly set up to heroically intervene into anyone trying to fight Nightbringer. So rather than risk that, Boris has thrown cultists into the middle to deny primary. He's going to put the Necrons on a 5 this turn. And he's now putting some Legionnaires on the outside objective. You can bet your ass an AC/DC brick are going to go and get involved on that side as well. If I was him, I'd be yo-yoing the Warp Talons off that Royal Warden too and get their pattern of play started.
No,
this could be a very tasty turn for the CSM if Boris wants it to be.
There was no drama in Mani's last game. Mani just got tabled.
I'm okay, thank you.
He didn't forfeit the game. Nothing happened. Mani just got tabled. I know it's ridiculous to see Mani get a 0.
There was back and forth. It was a hot game. It was always going to be a hot game. Brian and Mani know each other extremely well and had prepped for this hard. But there was nothing that wasn't resolved on the table at the time. That's the important thing. Most importantly, our team didn't do anything that they're not proud of. And that's what we want.
This guy, this guy, this guy.
It's weird to see the table full of terrain because the previous rounds, especially with Nassim, you can see all the terrain being instantly removed under the table. So seeing what terrain actually looks like is quite refreshing.
The Beast of Nurgle. Zoom in on the Beast of Nurgle. There he is.
I can't.
Oh no, but you can see him on the left here, guys. Look at that happy little guy. His moment will come. I've got a feeling.
Absolutely.
His moment will come. That boy's scoring 4 victory points today. Calling it now. How many victory points do you think the Beast of Nurgle will score? Let us know in the chat.
6.
Paul Bridge, so you guys at 6 are supposed to be doing some kind of after-action report from the WTC. We're going to talk about it on our live show on Tuesday next week.
It's the 100th
episode of our live show.
So when I charge, I'll
It'll be me, John, who's been here with Team Wales, Chris, who's been supporting Team Luxembourg. Oh my goodness, someone's brought us a fan. You are a star.
No, it's the fun I gave to the German guys. So
thank you so much. That's amazing. Well done. So yeah, there'll be next Tuesday live show. Tune in if you want all the goss on the inside adventures with England, Wales and Luxembourg. Very different experiences of WTC, but all very, very exciting. I'm going to be writing up an article for Goonhammer as well on the England run. That might take a little while to come out because I need to make sure I've got everyone's versions of events.
You mean all 8?
Yeah, exactly that. But we've got some wonderful photos from David's brother Jacob, so my goal is for a nice run-through report on Goonhammer with all the lovely images and photos taken of all the England boys playing their games and all the teams they've met along the way. That'll probably take a couple of weeks for me to finish.
So that's something I fully expected from this game because I've played it plenty. There will be a lot of movement. Because you have to be precise with your movement. When you've got so many models in your unit, you need to be careful with your coherency. Because once the models start dying and you didn't plan for it, you might find yourself in a pickle where you have to kill something you didn't want to. And you really want to keep these characters from the communes alive that provide you with invuln and regenerating models.
Exactly.
But we can see Boris opted to not advance and charge. He's just slowly pushing forward to stage, screening from any potential Catan charges. Again, he doesn't mind too much if Catan's charging him because they don't kill too much, but they slow him down because it then stops him from advancing on objectives. So the way he's positioned, I think he'll be able, if anything happens, to fall back and drop back onto the objectives. Because the name of the game for Boris is like, I'm on every objective, try to move me away, and you've only got 3 turns left.
Exactly.
That's pretty much how this army plays. Dan is actually doing pretty well. I'm pretty sure he's on target with all his matchups, if not slightly over, talking to him. Again, Team Wales is not doing the hottest, but you know, there's a huge competition, so nothing to be shy about. They've got a couple of wins under their belt.
On the ground. Okay.
And Dan's having fun. Dan's doing great.
Exactly that. He said the camaraderie and fun in Wales has been fantastic. They're not really saddled with expectation in the same way some of these big teams are. And honestly,
they don't care.
Having watched the pressure these boys have been under for the last few weeks.
You see why, right?
Yeah, I can see the appeal in not being under it. Dan's been having a great weekend. He does miss his Eldar though. He said he'd rather have taken them than sisters.
6-inch advance for Boris.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe the chunksters are going. Good grief. Can he fit is the thing.
He can create like a moon formation around that unit there. It's just how much does he want to
Got to
commit?
work out some plays here, doesn't he? I was thinking if you're going, you're going.
But I'm not quite sure he's going, that's the thing.
That's
because you would think he would have moved
He's
the
got a lot of
northern flank.
assets for primary denial, and he's on end of turn, so he doesn't need to overdo it. And again, Boris has been laser focused on hitting his scores every game.
It's only
Every
hold
single
10,
game
right?
at this event,
Sorry?
he's
It's only
delivered
hold
exactly what
one,
he
hold
asked,
two.
or a couple
It's
of
only
points
10.
more.
Yeah.
There's no point in getting on the point.
I
And
can
actually,
do
that's
more.
true of all 3
Yeah.
Ignite players.
I'm saying there's no point for me to
Every
get on
single
the
one of
point.
them has delivered exactly as promised across the event. That's
Yeah.
what you
And the-
expect from the top team in the world.
And the Boris is correct. All he cares about is 5-10, so he needs to deny the top objective number 6 and be on 2 other objectives and not
Yes.
be taken out of it. So there's no point spreading too thin.
Staying off.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan is exactly the ginger dude playing
That's
for
exactly
Wales.
right, Paul. Dan is. You'll know him when you
Yeah,
see him. He's
staying
always
You
laughing,
can't miss him.
always laughing and always swearing, having a great time.
Yeah, he always he had a phase of pretending to be a Viking with a beard ring and everything, but it's
Exactly.
gone now. Luckily, he wears Crocs.
Yeah, he does. I wasn't going to tell them that, but there we are. What were Boris's cards?
Boris's cards, I would have to have a look. Give
Can you
me
just have a
one
look now?
second.
So we've got the Chaos moving into position here. Both these armies want to have a ruckus in the midboard with durable things. Completely different types of skew though, right? You've got tons of cheap bodies versus incredibly elite bodies that don't die. And they're both on a timer in different ways. The Necrons simply become unkillable at a certain stage in the game if you don't start putting Catan away. The Accursed takes several turns to clear. It's very finely balanced in the middle right now. Looks like Boris is not going to make the
They're
go.
just against the wall.
Not going to make the go this
Okay.
turn.
On the bottom.
Just biding his time and denying primary. Ah, Croc connoisseur Ben Pierce in the chat. Piping up for Dan. Pox on both your houses.
Will advance cipher.
A lot of
Sure.
calling out for Dan's fashion choices in the chat. You'd love to see it. Oh, nice to have 180 of you in still. Absolutely amazing. Been with us all the way through this bonkers few days.
5 points. Charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very, very good secondaries
is he
for
a character?
Boris again.
Taking her
Containment area denial kind of plays into what he wants to do, running into the middle. The only problem is there is a
Yep.
chunky boy in the
Charge
middle
there.
for Arya that is hard. That's gonna be hard to get rid of.
We're going to
just
find
keep
out what
this one
happens
guy
when an
here,
accursed
keep
brick
blocking
hits a
that.
Catan.
It's brutal.
What did I roll?
I think the
Five?
killer thing for Boris is that the accursed bricks need powering up with the profane zeal
Advance and
stratagem.
charge, yes.
And the
Oh,
advance and
oh,
charge.
what's the profane zeal stratagem?
Reroll ones to hit, full rerolls to wound. Absolutely devastating on a full brick of accursed.
Yes,
And they've
with
already
plus
got
one.
+1 to hit and wound as well.
Yes, and Boris has 2 CPs, so he can definitely buff them up.
He wants to use it in one place a turn. So
Mhm.
I think that's why the other bricks are playing a little bit more cautiously.
I see. That's why he decided
Doesn't
against.
want to use it just yet. Likewise, he's staging up his lords and waiting. He's going to do a chunk at a time, I think.
And let's see if he's able to
But I
hide
have
his
no
character.
idea if a brick of a curse kills a Catan. Not a clue.
Accuracy.
It heavily
You have
depends
to
on the
stay
number of
with
attacks.
One,
Yeah.
in 2 inches. Another one. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. See, my brother's absolutely right. Dan's literally
my
does in
only
the bar
charge.
getting beers while his opponent's doing stuff. That's just how he plays.
Reroll wounds.
For Bridge, Boris's army having no shooting was a decision point
Dark
based on the
Pact.
tables he was going to be playing and the armies he
Fast.
was going to be playing into.
Big guys.
Ultimately, it's just
7,
about skewing
10,
hard into a
18,
profile, isn't
19, 31.
it? On the play style.
You got 31 attacks with the big boys.
Here
The
we
damage
go.
2.
This-
Obviously, they go down to damage 1 anyway.
Damage 1 into a
13,
Catan, but this is going to be
15.
interesting. Boris
This
wants
twice
some
plus
6s
one.
here.
And Boris
Reroll once.
has spent a CP from what I can see, so I assume that's the profane zeal.
That will be Profane Zeal, yeah.
6s
Ooh,
explode.
not so good on the rerolls.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
3 in.
5s are rolling.
You have
Fives.
actual. It's hit on 2s.
Hit on 3s, but 3 explosions.
Yeah, but you put back 3 dice and 1 is on 2.
Okay.
1 left.
5s rolling.
It's not the greatest wound roll, not bad. Let's see. Actually, it's pretty good. It's half. Oh, that's really good.
That's a very strong roll for the first half of this.
Do the
All
second.
about the in-runs and feel no pains on the
Okay, yeah.
Transcendent.
4 ups. 2 damage each.
2 damage, so 1.
Yep.
2.
2 wounds through so far. Doesn't look like Catan's
10
going
left.
down here.
Unless Boris spikes now and his opponent doesn't roll too much. But obviously that's
16.
wishful thinking. There's still some dev wounds coming through from the character,
Potentially.
but it's unlikely to do too
no
much.
6s here. That was rough.
Mm. It might make up for itself if there's a little 5s. There you go, that's a very decent wound roll.
Needs to do a good chunk of wounds to stop the Catan simply healing up. Not
6.
going brilliantly on the damage so far.
3.
Guy's
3 more.
saving kind of average really. It's just the output on the cursed
3
damage.
more.
Oh, 3 more. Okay.
Because he's down to 7.
5 wounds through on the Catan is great. It means he's not just immediately healing back up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 small guys.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small
The
guys.
little idiots going now.
I mean peasants.
The peasants. Yeah. They're in the mood. They're really in the mood.
Yeah, the chonker's disappointed,
Yeah.
but the peasants are going in.
Rolling.
Plus 1
Actually,
wound,
just as
right?
effective into Catan, ironically.
What's that?
Effectively, 1
Yeah,
damage,
plus 1 to wound.
Yeah.
plus 1 to wound, 5.
Fundamentally. Yeah, look at them. They've had a good go there, the idiots. Well done them.
7.
They could kill him, technically. Oh, the dream is dead.
2.
Yep.
5
Oh,
left.
only 2.
Yeah, they've done as much as
Blessed
half the
Blade.
chonkers, which is not bad.
Blessed Blades, 2 hits.
So that's just normal sword.
Rolling.
Nothing. And the dev wound guy.
And the character. Let's see, go on.
What's this fish here? No, nothing.
That's it.
No, unfortunately.
Your attack back.
Yeah,
Underwhelming damage into the Necrons there in
But
the
then
end.
Catan
your
will do nothing
character
back to
give
the
you
squad
feel,
either.
You'd hope so.
in wound.
Certainly not going to clear them this turn.
Precision.
Oh, precision. See, that's what I was thinking. Can Boris hide the character?
Always trying to kill the commune, yeah.
Yeah, you want to kill the... It's the invuln.
With sustained. 1 sustained. Sure. 2.
It's not the icon, she's called something else, but basically the invuln person.
Yeah, the Iconarch.
Yes.
The Iconarch.
You
So
start.
character first,
Yeah.
and then I'll go small guys.
Yeah.
So it is a 5-up
Damage?
invuln?
D6.
Yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
Iconarch dies.
And 3 more.
3 more. Okay.
Yeah, the character was dead for sure when the precision is used, but
Yeah.
Boris must have known he's not gonna kill the character, the
D6. How
Catan, and the
many
character
wounds you
might
have?
die.
Just 1 wound each.
Absolutely.
You have feel no pain?
Yeah, feel no pain.
Okay.
Demagogue,
First,
yes, you're absolutely right, Paul.
3.
The
Where
icon
am I
word,
getting Iconarch from?
icon word
6.
has the icon,
Ah.
and the demagogue is the fat
That's the shouty
stumpy,
leady guy.
the fat stumpy
Down to
guy with a
5.
smaller
Yeah.
banner.
Okay. They're very lovely, horrible models, the Dark Commune.
I love the Dark Commune, they're amazing
Yeah,
models.
I'm just about to build up some curse for my CSM and I cannot
Mm.
wait. They're beautiful.
The-
In a grotesque way.
The chunky boys are also really
5
cool.
Yeah, I love the
2 for
chunksters.
area denial, 3 for pain. Yeah.
So we've got some secondaries for Boris. Necron's edging ahead on the secondaries, but it's all very much in balance here.
At the end of your turn, at the end of your turn, I go out with. You are within 1 inch. Yeah.
More than an inch of the wall, but on
So
the
both players still
Both
fairly
more.
close. Boris has the advantage of going
Okay.
second, so
Mm.
hopefully that will
If I want
allow him to take a lead. And it's a matter of what are Necrons gonna do. If they keep pushing forward, remember there's no legionnaires that were involved yet, but there will be last cannons, there will be power fists. Against Catans is not great with -1
Yeah.
damage on the power fist, but the volume of attacks itself, especially from the warp talons, should be
Yeah.
formidable for foe.
The
'Cause
tools there. And
I'm
also
pretty sure 10 warp talons can take down a Catan.
it definitely helps. Once the Hypercrypt's in melee, it loses the ability to dig itself out and teleport around
Yes.
the board. So a ruckus here would really
One
slow down
unit,
the
so
Hypercrypt
this-
mobility.
Yeah, Icon Ward gives you the reroll on
One
your
death
Dark
max,
Pact, and
5
the Demagogue
immortals.
gives you 5 up invuln.
No.
Exactly that.
That means that the unit in the right bottom corner will be much less survivable, unfortunately. Both players go back up to 2
Yeah.
CPs.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so the Necron player
Death
picked up
Max,
3 units.
Destroyer and Royal Warden.
Let's see what cards he gets.
Take a battle shock. Ah, yeah. Do you want to?
Team USA currently playing off against France to try and determine the podium. If anyone's interested, Sean Naden's going into the Black Templars, Brian into the Guard,
You can.
Anthony Vanilla into Grey Knights, he likes that one. Lucas into Eldari,
Have the odds,
Eric's Nids into Thousand Suns, Andrew Gonyo into Death Guard, Nick's Sisters into Necrons,
have the-
John's Dark Angels into
So
Chaos Space
pull the
Marines.
Horde and
That looks like a pretty good pairing for the USA.
Where is? Okay, thank you.
Where's your
so the Necrons got cool the Horde and secure no man's land.
5, yeah.
And this is one of the very rare situations where Cool the Horde is actually obtainable because Boris
Yeah.
is throwing around a bunch of cultists with a lot of wounds. Yes, the lists are in the chat for your enjoyment.
Battle shock.
You can have a look at all the shenanigans.
6.
I'm going to just go and get some projections. I think we can share those with you now.
No
We're at the
worries.
very end of the
No
event.
worries
There's not
at all.
much by way of surprise
3
now.
wounds, 8 left. You have +1, 2 wound, 1 for game.
Yeah, reroll moves all the time.
Now you reroll only. At 6, 1.
There you go. Boris's army is absolutely beautiful. I did have a walk around the table and looked closely, and yeah, it's great. You might not appreciate it on the camera. Again, it's something I'm looking to upgrade, and thanks to you guys, thanks to your guys' support, it's definitely on the cards. I'll be looking into DSLR camera for the top down and PTZ HDMI cameras on the sides. Any of you enjoying the tech talk? Yeah, it will be improved. It's
At
it's
the
gonna
end
be
of
much
your
better.
turn, the Nightbringer do the 3 mortal wounds on the cultist because you are in 6 inches. No?
There you go. The Nightbringer's going in for the kill.
Where is your character? Okay. Ah, it's 1 unit.
Yeah, the Necron player is still looking for precision plays to remove invuln from these squads because it makes them much more vulnerable to his shooting. They've got a base 5 up or 6 up save, but they've got 5 up invuln, so removing that invuln will be very helpful. So Tom, we've got the Catan in the middle, moving up.
Okay.
Clearly the Italian player is looking for precision plays, asking where the characters are.
Yeah.
Because as you probably know, one of
You
the
have
best
3
ways to get rid of
Navlins
accursed
and
is
1,
removing
beast.
the
Overdark
invuln.
armies, yeah. I'm assuming Boris has stashed those away on the side there.
Yes, they are behind walls, so
Yeah, that's where they like to be.
they're right here. The characters are hidden.
Okay.
Sneaky stuff from Boris.
Yes, anyone who played
Still on the
18
objective.
raves,
Tell you, this
anything
matchup's
like
very
that,
finely
you know.
poised right now.
Mm.
Very finely poised. Overall view on the round is that we're trending mildly upwards. Our projections had a sort of medium win. Not a big win, but a medium win. A couple of the matchups that are due to be down are looking
One
okay at the
on top,
minute.
You cannot
Mhm.
fit.
And there's a few predicted
other
decent-sized
models,
wins. So I want to shout out the Italian guard list because I can see a bunch of Rough Riders on the table.
Amazing. I love the
Bloody
models.
love Rough Riders. Never really
Fine.
sold they're that good in the game, but by God, they look amazing.
They do. I always like to convert the
And
jackals
the last
into Rough
one
Riders, you know,
is-
having
Yeah.
the guys on the bikes.
So good. Oh yeah, the Jackal one. Yeah, that's sick.
And thank you, Kelsey. I'm glad you enjoyed the production. Yes, doing my best. My brother's
The
helping me out.
cultist or this guy in 24.
All for your enjoyment. I love the idea that you can sit at home and you know how you walk into a venue and you just chill around the tables and see how the games are going. I want that experience to be available everywhere, as much as possible. If not better, right? Because technically, if you can do all that from home.
There's a beast of Nurgle. Look, he's just eyeing up where he can be.
You love to see that happen.
Because there's ingress potential this turn.
Absolutely.
The happiest little guy in 40k. I'm upping my prediction. I think the happiest little guy is going to get Boris 8 points this game.
Not 4. Up to 8.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? Transcendent wobbling along. A lot of love for David in the chat, and damn right, David's smashed it this weekend. Worked
And so did Tom.
extremely hard.
Tom's voice is very resilient. Made it all the way.
I've
to
still
the
got
weekend.
it. I was very worried at the start. I suspect I'll finish it off for a while tonight.
Yes, it's senior because it's the rules of the monolith.
JSR, so we likely to get Alex Votan on stream at all? No, I'm afraid not this event. The matchup never really came. One of the rounds where it was exciting, the French took him for their stream against the Black Templars. So he's playing into Grey Knights. Matchup never really came this time.
It looks like one of the microphones just gave up on live.
What are your predictions for this game, guys? Let us know. I think it could go either way right now. There's going to be a brawl. There is going to be a brawl.
Yeah, I've muted the Italian player for now, or Boris, one of those.
We
Because
had
the
some
microphone,
crackling, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see on the little display that one of the microphones is having a fit, but I'll address it when none of the players are distracted. Make it easier. Oh, I see what's happening. I'll be right back. I'll fix it.
Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. As ever, remember to hit like and subscribe for Glasshammer Gaming. All sorts of stuff coming from them, especially events in the UK. If you like majors or RTTs, they've got them for you coming very soon. For my part, come join my boys at 6++ Gaming. We're doing our live show Tuesday night. We'll be talking all about the Worlds. My captain Chris has been supporting Luxembourg. John's been supporting Wales. I've been supporting these England Muppets. Lots of stories to tell.
No.
Was it the right choice?
Oh dear, it depends on the experience, doesn't it? Reality is, as soon as England said they wanted me to come, I was always going to go, because your country asks you go, don't you? I was very much looking forward to being involved with Luxembourg as a coach this year. That was my initial plan. And I would have had a great time doing that for my first year.
No matter who you get involved with,
This has
it's
been
just fun.
in at the deep end, I won't lie. I've seen the top of the game, and it's horrible up here. It's tough and it's tense. We've come out the wrong side of a couple of really close
It's really
games.
merciless environment.
It's so brutal.
One mistake and you lose.
You're talking about
months of prep.
months of practice and work, and it can all go in a game. 4 hours and it's gone. The boys have had to reckon with that. It's been tough to see, but they'll learn a lot from it. The team's evolving and changing all the time, and I think it will continue to.
This guy.
Kelsey says, I can't smell the room. I've got a fan in front of me with chilled drinks in the fridge. Yeah, you've nailed it.
This guy.
You've absolutely nailed it.
Hey, Peter.
There you go. I'm just here trying to tackle some audio issues. Like one of the microphones really doesn't like me. But if it becomes an issue, I'll just mute it. I really don't want to distract the
Yeah, no
players. It's a very tight game.
Yeah, and as I say, Boris hasn't been on stream yet because he's new this year and he wants to play his absolute best. So we're just keen not to disrupt him too much. Let him do his thing.
Boris has been on stream in the past, obviously. I've
Of
seen
course,
him
he's a veteran.
In plenty
Just
of
this
places. It's
debut
just-
season for WTC.
Yes,
He
you really want to
just wants to
perform.
make sure he performs. And by God, has he
Exactly.
performed? He's been incredibly consistent and he's turned a lot of ambers into wins. That's all you can ask for. Here comes some death marks, I assume. Look like death marks to me. Long
Yep.
barrels on the guns.
Jump up, jump down, do some mission, kill some stuff.
Jump up and get down. Trying to plink out some cultists. Obviously, the Hypocrite have a vested interest in killing the screening units. Maybe it's Immortals, I can't quite tell. I'll have a look in a minute.
See if I can
If they
get
clear
the
the screens, it gets easier for them to jump into space
There we
later
go.
in the
They're
game.
definitely death marks.
Death marks. It's not a high volume of shots. Oh, but they can shoot some warp talons from there. That's fun.
Yeah, if you can get a couple of them down, it's a lot of
Yeah,
attacks
that's-
each. Is
that's
it like 4 or 5 attacks
Okay.
each?
4 attacks per warp
Do
talon.
you have movement? No, in my face. Okay. I should.
Yes, no reactive movement for Boris.
I start with
Other
these 5 guys.
than Blood Surge.
Yeah.
Boris opting not to ingress, no need right now.
Strength 5.
Hitting on 3s, 5 shots hitting on 3s.
Yes. Yeah. Because 5 minus 2
Would've
2 damage.
Could have been tempted by a little ingress play with the Beast of Nogel, but I think it's been screened out.
-1.
2 players working
Minus 1.
together to
At
work
4
out how
plus.
to do that. He's still going to get 8 points.
1 wound. 2 wounds. Beautiful.
Nothing else can shoot him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they tried to snipe the Dark Commune there. Didn't quite get the wounds they needed.
And thank you all
now
guys for
the
constantly
extra
watching.
on the
It's a very steady and high viewership. I'm really happy. And obviously, if you enjoy Tom's voice,
5
Hello.
feel free to check out 6
Like
Plus, his channel on YouTube.
minus 2 no
They've
problem.
got
Get
a bunch
involved.
of content
We
available,
do.
and I'm sure they will have a post-event analysis, a bunch
Oh, absolutely.
of stuff.
Absolutely. All sorts of stuff going out on that channel all the
The
time. Come and get
Immortals
involved. It's a good
in the-
time.
the immortals
We'd love to
and
have
the
you.
cultists.
Well, that's not a great roll. Better than you'd think.
Yeah,
I just seen a
they
couple of
roll
ones in one spot.
Because we are on objective. AP is 0.
5.
Yeah. 3.
Just some cultists getting punked on the objective.
England USA was, I believe, was it 69-71?
So, yeah, 69-91.
91, sorry.
91, yeah.
Now,
Essentially draws all the way across the round, and then one big blowout win for Brian Sipe, obviously a global
this
superstar.
guy shooting
His
this
debut
guy.
season for the US, having
4
played for
shots.
Scotland for several years,
Yes.
and he gets the winning result over Manu Chima to win
One
USA
little,
the round. You can
one
imagine
little,
how delighted he's
on
going to be
threes.
right now.
Yeah.
When it's
Moved over from Team Scotland, and
One.
great result.
AP 1.
3 up.
Yeah, same. The Ctan inside the Rhino.
Right now.
One more.
Trying to open these transports so that they're easy pickings
Let's
for
say
anything outside
one
them.
AP2.
Transports are always annoying, so getting rid of them
And
just makes the game so
5.
much easier for the
Ah no, I don't see you.
CSM player.
Yeah, 100%.
One.
I'll try to get the Italian player's mic up slightly so you
Uh,
can hear Boris, because Boris's mic is just
I
on the
fire
rampage.
with, the 3 mortal wounds on this guy at 2 plus. Yeah. 2 more.
Yeah, Atrix has it 69-91. So we'll always have that.
The anti-vehicles on this guy.
Do you leave line of sight or no?
Yeah, I need. In this point, I see.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah, they are,
3d6 shots.
Anyone
inside
unfamiliar
the
with Boris,
big
he's a
units.
veteran of the UK scene. He's been playing a long time.
No, the d6
Runs
plus
Bad Moon
3,
Cafe
sorry.
in London, probably the premier venue for
the
40k in London.
anti-vehicles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Incredibly
it's
talented player.
good on tools. Yeah.
He's been on a
first-
stream on LVO.
Yeah, exactly. He's had huge runs at LVO,
Okay.
big runs at UK events,
How many
lots
shots?
of podium
How
places
many
and
models you
finals.
have?
Blast 4.
And he was best
4.
overall at the Worlds
It's,
event in America last year,
Plus 3, plus 4 for blast. and
before
5.
making his debut season for England. So.
D6 plus 3 blast. Yeah.
Bulgarian heritage, he did have to think about whether he'd play with Bulgaria. Ultimately decided his will to win was simply too great.
Plus 2.
Stay in 2.
Maybe one day in the future we'll see him come home. If he wants a quiet life. Bit more fun with Kalyan and the guys involved
Yeah.
with Bulgaria.
Minus
They are
1.
great players and great
2.
guys.
2 each.
We're gonna kill idiots with no feel, no pain first, and then small guys.
So killing idiots now. Oh, so you've got idiots with no feel no pain,
Yeah.
peasants with feel no pain,
Blades.
and chonkers with
Yeah.
everything.
That's it. So Boris, you see with D3 damage, Boris is very good at allocating it across so that where there's a realistic hope of a save, it goes on somewhere with a feel no pain. If not, just get rid of those Muppets without them. They don't do much anyway. Lewis Chapman says he's a Donny. You're absolutely right. Yeah, big run at Warhammer Fest for Boris as well.
Yes, he got the best general in Warhammer Fest,
Yeah.
I believe. And
That's
that's how he got his
testament
golden
to
ticket.
his sportsmanship, his hobby skills, and his player skill. He's just an all-rounder. You'd love to see an England team with more people like him in it. And I can say from being on the ground with him, he's a natural leader as well. He's been a huge vocal voice in the team. He's always on point, always knows what we need to be doing and what we need to focus on.
He's in this unit.
But he's also very good fun.
You have
Oh. 'll find her. Carry on.
Yeah, we can check how many models units have to do.
She's dead anyway. She's not in the squad, so she died.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry.
There's a missing model, but she just
okay.
died anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, okay.
She's probably hanging
okay.
around with another unit. That's usually what happens when one model. When you've got 30 of those cultists, they just go everywhere.
Blast.
No.
Threes. Strength.
8. 2.
5 up. Damage.
The 3. No, 5 up. You lose 5 up.
Oh, fails. Yeah. So
The
just
first 2?
Yeah, that's correct. Boris doesn't have it in
to
one
that-
anymore.
to
It's
that.
just straight through.
Is it 2 failed wounds?
No, 2 the first and 1 the second. Yeah.
Spectral card says, let's go, Boris.
yeah.
Let's go, Boris, indeed.
Definitely. He's been solid so
Boris,
far.
The
Boris.
monolith.
Oh, he's been fantastic. Let's say, ultimately, what you judge players on in teams is how closely they deliver
4 shots.
on what they promise you.
3d6 inside
If
this
they
guy.
predicted
Ideally,
scores.
you want players to hit their predicted
see.
scores, and if they can get you a couple of points extra on top, great. But actually, you're judging players on their ability to estimate and deliver on results in the teams. If you've got a matrix and you predict it and you deliver on it, it doesn't matter whether you can beat every army in the game, as long as you can get what you promise out of the ones you play. Because you can
Exactly.
map entire game plans and matrices around that, as we've seen with the rounds that we've lost. If you fall short on that, especially if you fall short on it badly,
You
it
are
can cost entire
under the
rounds.
L-
It's been
behind-
very painful
okay.
for England this time. And Boris has not at any stage wavered in that. He had a great run at ITT recently as well, where he always hits his 10 minimum
The
most of
monolith
the time.
shots all.
And if he gets a 9, it's because he told you he was getting a 9.
This guy's for -1 to hit for his shooting as well.
-1.
Yes, because I nerd over that. I'm just gonna add another
US team,
I'm just gonna add like
Obviously
2 guys.
successful in the last round. French team before that, you can see how they're built to grind out draws with the majority of their lists and then just push in a couple of hammer lists, the Templars, Thousand
With this guy?
Suns, whatever it is.
All units.
Find an
yeah.
opening, deliver on it. You can win
Okay.
entire rounds with one big win
Shoot everything here.
if everyone else sticks to their guns and holds their colour.
How many models left?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Sean Capewell says, who went first? That would be the Hypercrypt.
You can see under the score on the top it says who went first.
it's
They
really
don't
inside
like
the
going
other
first.
This one.
They really don't. They like to be able to get
How many
mobile with
shots?
going second.
Absolutely.
I think that broadly favours Boris in this mission, but he's got to be alive at the
13
end to
plus
take
4.
advantage.
I'm gonna do my blood surge move here, since I forgot.
Andy Robin, I think, has it in the chat. This meta with so many lists can blunt and score 8-12. Not sure the traditional skew to 20 lists now work. Can't give up zeros now, and the skews that can't mission get 20 0'd, yeah. And that's where volatile armies, World Eaters, Blood Angels, need to be very careful, right? We've seen that this event. I think the USA went for the cautious
the
pick
other
with the Dark
units?
Angels with John Lennon. Actually, in the long run,
Inside
that's
the
been
other,
vindicated. Armies that have a good floor, very, very important. That's probably the main concern with the Blood Angels, which is where we've been hurt at this event.
8.
And let's be honest, 20-0 lists in the past have been about exploiting the imbalances in the game.
Oh,
And the
last
game's
team
really
was
balanced, so you can't do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
The missions
You
in
can't
here
just
specific-
find whatever's broken and play it, because they're taking that out of the game at an
2
aggressive
damage
rate.
each.
2 damage.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
why-
need to have
That's why if you're a
balanced.
painter, it's very hard to get a competitive list, which is my pain, because I need like a week of work just to get an army ready for an event. I played that one event and it gets
and it's
nerfed.
gone. Yeah.
These are
And I don't need that crutch of having a
Eight.
broken list to do well at events. I have my knight, which I always take as a safe bet. But,
Yeah.
What I'd like over the next few years is for us to all gradually be able to unlearn that, right? Unlearn that need to have something broken to
This
win.
will kill the.
If the game stays healthy and balanced for a few years, couple of editions, you can just play what you like, play it well, do well. That'd be the dream. And it's all about the minutiae of different matchups and tech.
10, right? Yeah.
yes, it's a lot of
That's the
tic-tac
game we
toe.
want. Much more like a PC game with the regular balancing.
1, 2, and a bit.
Love you, Sean. Hope you're well.
A lot of CSM are being removed, but then again, that's kind of what they're designed to do. Only the big guys matter really when it comes to damage output.
The Nightbringer
But the
shoots
ablative wounds of the small guys
inside this
being
guy?
gone, you know, it just cuts Boris's time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this guy
100%.
shoots. No, I have 4 shots of the monoliths. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I
I
have
have
to
an
finish.
idea what Andrew Gordon might be playing in the future. Sounds like Knights have
One.
caught his attention.
Hmm.
One of the best Knights players in the UK.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Seriously pondering Knights
Yeah.
release. Do it. Why not? Give it a go, man.
Knights are super fun, especially
only
Chaos
big
Knight
guy.
because they've got so
Oh,
much
yeah.
flexibility.
But the Imperial lists have done well for a couple of teams, right? Was it Sweden have an Imperial Knights list?
And D6 plus 3 plus blast.
Yeah, Josie, you're right. I am spot
Nightbringer.
on.
Yeah.
Make Jank break it in. Make it all about
One
how you
shot.
build and how you play, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's.
Not
Oh,
just,
does that
not
mean-
just, not just which book came out last. That's not what we want.
Okay.
Does that mean you're a nutmeg, Tom?
What I have, what
I did start an AdMech army once. I painted one model, gave up.
I think charges.
I'm just not an Imperium player. Never have been. Doesn't do it for me. Much more in Boris's wheelhouse. But Boris plays CSM, Drakari, and GSC, so he's a man after my own heart.
I don't think so.
With this?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Paul Bridge is right. Boris definitely taking some losses. I think it's all about the next turn for Boris. He's definitely taking some losses.
So the Nightbringer is at 2 plus.
This guy?
Yeah. I reroll to it. I don't remember when what I roll to it. If you don't base me, I hit on 2 plus, not 3 plus. So I can reroll to it the last only 1 shot I shoot.
I don't remember. Just roll
Yeah.
again. Just roll it again.
Yeah. 1.
And that's close, right?
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you're right. I think you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Boys being nice to each other, that's what you want to see.
Okay, charge.
Josie's exactly right. Next turn's
Yeah.
a huge one for CSM.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Necrons have come to play.
I charge.
Yeah. Me and
Lord
Magic.
in Rhinos. Stuff is on objectives. Warp
Mhm.
Talon's still in the pocket. 2 Accursed Bricks haven't done their thing yet.
Not yet. And Legionnaires
If he
coming out.
bounces then, we've got problems.
Yeah. I do miss my old Admeglis and
Yeah.
Magics. You know, the Castellan robots,
And I have to
the
miss
Onager Doom
how
Crawlers,
much is the charge
and
if I
call.
want to charge
the good old
both
times
units.
of having rerolls everywhere.
My rare is at 6.
Alright, he's coming into play with Boris here, David. I'm going to let you keep track of it. I'm going to go and see how our coaches are getting on.
No worries.
So 7.
No, I prefer to charge the Rhino and the Cultist.
Yeah, because the Rhino is right here. You
Yeah.
could just end there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. 3. Perfect.
there you go
Other
there.
charges.
Tagging both the Rhino
Uh,
and the squad.
the Ctan. Charge both units.
Now the Transcendent Catan charging
Yeah.
there. He's a decent charge.
7.
7 should be able to do it.
Yeah, just place both. Yep.
Other charges. The monoliths. If I charge. If I charge here. I want to see if I
It'll be off the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I come back.
I don't know if he doesn't fit there.
No, I don't fit.
No, he just gets.
Yeah,
Okay.
still air.
He's a big boy.
Okay, start to fight. We
Where would you like to start?
yes, we start with White Dragon, 5 big attacks and 6 tails extra attacks on the cultist. The extra attack, 5 hits, strength 6, -1.
Dead.
Okay. 5 attacks on the Rhino, 2 up, 2 up.
Strength.
I would on 2+. I don't know if I want
Torch of 2 CP to reroll because of self.
1.
Damage?
D6, AP3, D6 plus 2 damage.
On a 6, I'm dead.
3, incredible.
8 down to 5, and I'm gonna heal to 6.
Yeah. 14 attacks, yeah. AP2, 2 damage.
Small idiots.
Yeah.
So, this guy will die.
Yeah.
No feel, no pain.
Yeah.
And then we have enough 4, 7. Yeah, we have enough small idiots left. 7 dead.
Not many sixes. There should have been at least one, if my math is right. So a bit unlucky from Boris, but
Oh,
not the end of the world.
I tried a charge at 9. No? You strike first. Ah, this. I attack the.
2 wounds left in the rhino.
No, I attack this.
Everything.
Yeah. How many OC you have in the Rhino with this guy?
11.
11. I have 12, but you have this no on this guy.
Everything on the marine.
Yeah. Go up. No 6.
Strength.
8, 9.
2. AP.
3.
Damage.
D6.
There you go. Katan's trying to do some work, killing chaff so far. Nothing,
yeah.
nothing serious
1,
has died.
2, 3, 4, 5. Dead.
There you go.
Picked up
That's
some
squad.
legionnaires there.
That was some good rolling on damage, even though they have
Yeah,
2
that was
wounds.
brutal.
How many OC do you have on the point?
12.
12.
If I pack and kill myself and put them on there, I won't get it because I'm 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that means the monolith's on the objective, which I think
Yes.
is what Boris really wanted to know.
Down to 8.
Because if it's on an objective, then
yeah.
it's time for Lord to
5
start
plus 3 for Rice.
start re-rolling wounds with his big bad hammer.
Yeah, as you can see, it's just there tagging the objective.
Yeah.
Next turn, reroll.
Very intrigued to see if Boris goes for the monolith or the transcendent.
Yeah, Boris still gets to fight the Katan because he's going first. He was in combat already.
Yep. Yeah, if Boris can hold out on that far flank, get himself a 10.
How many attacks does he have?
He's already up on primary at
With
that
some
stage and he's on end of turn.
8 hits a stay.
But Hypercrypt like to do stuff with secret missions, don't they? So that doesn't really tell us all that much at this stage. Looking at the other games, everyone's having a good time. Chris Radford's having a laugh with his opponent. Grey Knights versus T-Suns looks like a great game. Manny has got his game face on and is absolutely working it.
Try again.
Getting
Yeah,
as good a result as he can.
Manu will try to get as many points as he
Yeah.
can to redeem himself.
You take
All the
mortal
other
wounds?
games looking good. Nas playing a very defensive line against the Blood Angels, has to respect that matchup. But it looks, looking like a solid round at the moment, just waiting to see if any
10,
predictions start to push up or down.
But then again,
25,
Nassim will know when to start
37.
pushing.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Blood Angels, I think. Nas just needs to hold the line.
Pushing is a dangerous
Yeah.
word.
15, 20, 25, 30, 25, 37. 4 6s explode. No reroll once because I failed my pack.
Oh, Boris failed his pact. That's a lot of hits. I wish that was a wound roll.
5 more.
I want to roll like with dev wounds on the monolith here.
3.
That's not the same.
Without the plus 1 to wound is nowhere near as fun.
4. Yeah.
It's terrible, terrible roll.
That's 4. Oh, that was the same.
Yeah. I strike. Pass the time, please.
Tough position for the Chaos Space Marines here. They're going to need a big swing back in
2
their
up.
turn. They've got it in them.
1 more. 2 up.
I'll leave you here for a second. I'll try to
D6.
just unplug Boris's mic so it just stops making issues.
Yeah, sure thing, man.
Is
Go
3
for it.
dead?
Huh?
I have to roll? Yeah, sorry.
So 3 will die,
Yeah?
4 will die because of the banner,
Yeah?
and then this is the damage on the trophy. Oh, they have a feel no pain.
Oh, yeah. I rolled this.
So 4. Roll the first one at a time. Dead. I'll roll the 3. I'll roll the 3. I'll roll the 1.
Yeah.
3. Dead.
The 3,
The 3 will kill the guy. Yes.
the 1, dead.
Okay, so 3 dead. And
Yeah.
then 2 first one.
Should be guy 3 wounds.
Just trying to see if Boris can hold
How
up
many
and get
wounds?
himself a
3.
The
10 on
3
primary
wounds
here.
each.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah,
peaky
I
now.
have to roll 3 plus.
Yeah.
1 dead.
No, 6 up.
Ah, sorry.
It's fine.
I know.
Saves it.
4. 1 dead.
Enough for the points.
That's enough, and that's huge. Calculated. Very calculated.
Rhino attacks.
Yeah.
Next turn for the CSM is absolutely huge. Everything is set up for a big go turn.
Strength 6, yeah.
Very curious to see how they get on.
Yeah, I
I
scored
replugged
5.
Boris's microphone, but I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still
Yeah.
acting up. I'll just leave it for the game.
Okay,
We can hear both players very well. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
It doesn't matter.
Tech tends to do something, and I'm glad it's not the only issue we're having this weekend. To be honest,
I
last
think given
game,
the things that could go wrong,
yes.
it's been pretty good. Who do we think is going to win the WTC, guys? Who's your money on?
Oh yes, how is Sweden doing? Sweden
That
is
was a pack that rolled down.
on a path to glory.
Yeah, that would be the best outcome, because
Yeah.
that's just no one saw that coming.
9,
I'm not exaggerating when I say the Swedish team have been wearing little hats
23.
23.
with helicopter propellers on
23,
Yeah, so if you see
for
them on
the
the
entire
podium,
event, obviously lulling their opponents into a false sense of security before sucker punching them. And they've drawn with France and gone through Poland. Very
7.
impressive.
30, what did I say? 35?
Yeah, plus 5.
4s, you're rolling ones.
Yeah.
it's one of the games where we're gonna have a lot of dice. It's gonna be move, 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 fight, 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 move, move, move,
Yeah.
fight, fight, fight. It's just how CSM works.
Oh yeah.
At least this variant of CSM. They're not made to remove units. They're made there to not be removed by units
Yeah,
for long
absolutely.
enough to score points. And these games are always tough on the clock. Luckily, we've got longer rounds this time, so
10
it
more.
helps out the players to finish the games.
Exactly that.
But yeah, if you guys have any updates from other tables, I'll be happy to know how they're going, because we're all curious who's gonna take it this year. The top 3 is still wide open, with a lot of curveballs in the matchups. So it all depends on this round.
Wait, I have to do the mortal wounds inside the rhino and the pact
It's at the end of your...
at the end of fight phase.
At the end of the fight phase.
This?
Rhino?
No? The pact? Yeah? 1. Okay. I score 5 for no man's land.
Yeah. And you discarding code of horror?
No.
No, keep it.
Yeah, I take 1 CP. I discard.
5 on no man's land and discard. I've done it!
18 points for you. I'll get, for pass a battle shock, I'll get 10.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no worries, we're still in 3. We're still in 2. So Boris, I believe, as he said, is scoring 10 primary points.
Yeah, that's right. Crucial little exchange in that bottom right corner. Gets the CSM a 10 on the primary, which when you're on end of turn is very big, especially if Boris can deliver a killer blow to the main units in the Necron list. He's in a great position here to hurt a lot of things. Really the question is the extent to which he's going to go for it. He's allowed the Hypercrypt onto him, quite aggressive, he's taken some damage.
8, 7, 6.
But the counter-attack potential here is
7 now that he's dead.
massive. Hypercrypt on a lot of CP though. So they've got some counter plays here.
I draw my cards first, I guess.
Yeah.
See what we get.
Absolutely love
Yep.
Boris's Bulgarian accent. It's awesome.
Storm.
Score.
So it's Storm Hostile and something else. I'm not sure what was the other.
I'll go and have a look, mate.
It's right there on the table at the edge. It was on the far corner.
What's in reserve?
Again, don't want to be distracting players. They're laser focused. England losing 2 rounds that they shouldn't have lost. We believe. We thought we are in it to win it or at least draw. So now they're trying to make up for it, get the standings as high up as possible, because realistically there is no way England can drop to pot 2. They wouldn't live it down. And Boris in a tough spot. Not necessarily losing the game. It's just very hard to shift any of this Necron extremely tough -1 damage stuff. Cultists rely on the 2 damage chunky boys to do
Hit on 2 plus.
chunk of damage
6
when they charge
attacks,
again.
Strength 8.
So -1 on damage on the
-2,
Catans is
3
absolutely
damage.
brutal for them. And only once per game can they have +1 to hit and wound.
Hit on 2.
Advance in charge. Advance in
Yes, I think it's top 10. So England needs to make sure that they make it, because you know it's a pride thing at this point. With how much work they put in, if they dropped out of pot 1, there will be serious issues for them. They wouldn't be happy. You can believe me. But as soon as Tom is back, we'll see what secondaries Boris drew, and I will add them into the bar for you. 2 hours left in the round, 2 hours left in the WTC. Hoping for England's strong showing. So far the predictions are looking good around the tables. Everyone seems content. No big issues there. We predicted for a decent win. We're just hoping that nothing horrific happens out of the blue. So, what I can do is show you this, and that's probably the closest I can say. But luckily, I've got a victim that just showed up next to me, and I'll unmute his mic. It's the England's coach, And the chat is asking how is the rest of the team doing? What's happening? What are our predictions? Obviously, it's the last round. I don't think there is any spies from Team Italy in the chat looking for predictions. How is the team looking? Are we looking good? Are we predicted to win?
Yeah, I think coming out of pairings, we're predicted to have a small win. Maybe looking around 94 points out of the pairings, out of our matrix. A few results have gone up, about 3 or 4 results looking about 2 points ahead of what their predictions was, including maybe Nassim. Maybe Tony is looking for potentially a big win, because he's got a lot of anti-tank in his Eldar against the Tau, so it should be a favourable matchup for us. The Grey Knights for us with Chris Radford. Magnus and the Thousand Sons have pushed into him quite heavily, and Magnus got luckier. They can make a big 9-inch charge, got a 10. And
sick.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing some damage this turn. So he might be taking some points off that game there. But other than that, I think that's the game we're looking at to lose points in, but we're looking to gain a few points in other places, I think.
Amazing. There you go. Thank you. Thanks a lot. He didn't expect me to drag him into the conversation, but we've got the round update, which is great. But good luck. Bring us a big win. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, so it looks like the England's plays in a pod is looking good. The predictions from the coach are positive. We're looking good. So yeah, while you were gone, Tom, I caught a victim that just sat in the chair. I put a headset on him and got all the
too near the stream desk. You're going in.
Yeah.
Jack Davis-Fletcher is one of the loveliest men in 40k. And he's a credit to Mind Goblins. He's a credit to the England team. He's done a great job as our commissar here.
And looks like we're looking good in the pairings. I mean, we've said that before plenty of times, but this time it's looking actually positive. England's top 10 position.
Yeah, we've got a few
good.
games looking solid. Thousand Sons. Thousand Sons game, Chris Radford, that looks scary. Thousand Sons are very good. Grey Knights struggle into them sometimes. That looks very tough at the moment. Magnus has made a long charge, which affects things a bit. But yeah, the games are holding strong. Tony's pushing his Eldar up into some Tau. Looks like it might go a bit sad for the Tau. Good. I hope it does.
I don't know who's more disliked faction. Is it Eldar or Tau? It has to be Tau.
I think people hate Tau the most. People hate Tau the most. People hate Eldar in a sort of seasonal way. You know. Every few months.
No one likes Tau when Tau is good.
No one likes Tau.
No one likes Eldar ever.
I think there are always armies that when they're good they feel very impressive to play into, don't they?
Yeah, like you've got your knights, your pure gun lines and that kind of stuff. It just feels like
people just hate on armies that aren't their own. That's how it works.
That is true.
Right. So we've got Boris making some plays here. As anticipated.
No.
He's springing some surprises. There you go. Sad face from Gail Morris in the chat. For what it's worth, Jack, I don't think Tau deserved the hate at all.
Yeah, okay.
Vast majority of the time I've been in this game, Tau have been quite a fiddly army to play, and it's been quite punishing on them. With the exception of that 9th edition artillery spam Tau, that can get fucked.
Yeah, Magic is an Eldar player, so I'm not sure you can you can value his opinion on whether Eldar or Tau are more hated. Oh, you're coming to an RTT with Tau? Well,
enjoy, Ryan. They're a lot of fun to play.
I'm sure you will enjoy it.
Fantastic models as well.
Yes, so I do love the models. It's just the stigma of playing them.
For me, it's just not having combat.
It's like wearing Crocs.
I can't deal with it. The 9th book had a couple of combat characters. That was awesome. That just gave you that little bit of pushback when you needed it. They're lacking that at the minute. Farsight doesn't really cut it.
Yeah, you would like to have like a combat suit unit, right? Now that they changed the suit
like sword arm combat suits, man. Just one squad, one bodyguard squad for Farsight. Let's go.
Yeah, no shooting, just combat.
Oh, just blendy, boys. That'd be sick. Kelsey asks, how's Manny's redemption arc coming? Oh, it's still too early to tell. Still too early to tell.
He's trying for it. He's definitely gonna try to get a good score out. It's gonna be a brutal game, Blood Angels versus World Eaters. You know, it's gonna be all meet at some point and kill a bunch of stuff. So I'm sure it's a difficult game.
Oh, I love the Crutox Rampages. They're really good. Really fun unit to use as well. I thought I had the jump on them with some Possessed in a game a while back, and they did for those Possessed.
Oh yeah, which secondaries?
Secondaries, Boris has no prisoners.
Yeah.
Storm hostile. I'll double check if he changed anything.
I didn't see him change anything. Storm hostile. No prisoners, not very easy to do. Because again, anything that Necrons send forward is very tough. And the unit of death marks here on the bottom of the screen is quite far away and awkward to get. Yeah, you can see that it's not looking great for Boris when it comes to the options, because he doesn't want to throw away his legionnaires at all. He doesn't want to
No,
use
he
them.
just wants to be able to keep shutting down primary for as long as he can. That's a big concern for Boris here. But what he's got now is a ruckus, and he's got more tools for the ruckus than the Necrons have.
Additionally,
Just whether they can last.
where legionnaires shine is do 2 damage, killing marines and such. But hitting a Catan with -1 damage is just not cutting it. They're just not getting much value. The most valuable weapon they have is a Chaos Lord, which still goes down to damage too, and a Last Cannon, which is only 1 shot that can be saved. So not many reliable ways of killing a Catan other than a grenade and a charge and then trying to whittle it down.
That's always the way. Weight of shots. CSM have a lot of attacks. They have access to army-wide lethals and sustain.
And obviously Warp Talons. Warp Talons are a menace that they can come down and just remove a
I'm
Catan.
very curious to see what he decides to do with the Warp Talons in this turn.
They'll definitely get rapid ingress somewhere, right?
Nah, they're behind that wall, man. They've been
Oh,
in
they
all
are?
game. They got shot a bit. I think they had a couple of casualties off some death marks. You see them parked in there,
Ah, yes.
just waiting.
It's hard to see them from the top down.
Paul Bridge, I think he's making a call to ignore the monolith at the moment. That's how it looks. I would have.
He doesn't really
I'm
have
tempted
tools
to go
remove
for it. He's got a lord in his. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I
Lord.
can't. Towering.
Lord's coming out. And this is the play potentially.
Yeah, take the objective away and try to hit it hard.
Yeah.
Again, grenades available, but he's probably gonna keep that 1 CP for the rerolls, like I said before. Necrons, a lot of CPs available, a lot of tricks in the book. 3-inch deep strikes and such. The rerolls
absolutely.
from deep strike, so they can be scary when they see something they want to hit.
4.
By the end of this turn, there's not going to be many relevant units in the Necron army that aren't tagged,
3 army.
and that's the spicy thing.
No involved. 4 wounds. Toughness 4 or 5?
5.
Rhino 4 back, see if it dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. Sweden versus Spain final.
I wouldn't have thought that's gonna be the final.
No.
With all these teams talking so much shit coming in. Because obviously England, so much practice, so good. America, so much practice, very good. Poland, very good. France, very good. That's all what we're looking at, right? And then Spain and Sweden sneaking through with some really good matchups. Not what I would have predicted. But it's happened before. Australia won an event when no one expected them to. But at least there were rumors that they've been practicing a lot and they were actually a formidable opponent. With Spain, I haven't heard anything. We just seen goofy hats on them.
Absolutely.
That was the giveaway.
That was their secret weapon all along. Goofy hats. We'll make sure they have them next year.
I do want to see Tony in a goofy hat with a propeller on the top.
Oh yeah.
Where is Cypher hiding? I've got the feeling it's pretty impossible to locate him at the moment. Just looking around the board. I don't quite see him. Because the terrain are pretty tall, so it's hard to see if he's tucked in somewhere.
Within 14, so 5 in charge here into them.
On the left of Boris, you can see there is Necro character, Royal Warden.
5-4 in charge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these guys before the Rhino moves and come straight here.
Yeah, Dan's just permanently drinking. I bet it's gonna be a joy to wake him up in the morning
Where's
to get him in
mine?
a car to drive home.
No, I don't need to move these guys.
Cannot be harder than getting money to get somewhere on time.
Oh yeah. Speaking of drinking, I don't know how you feel about dipping into the beer money, David, but I might get us a couple.
I'm driving. My problem is I can't
Ah,
drink
you
before
are
I
driving.
get
You
out.
don't have any before you drive. No problem at all. I respect that.
I don't mind doing it in the morning, but now that it's already about
Yeah, that's
4,
very wise. I, on the other hand, am not. But I'll see how this combat turn goes for the CSM first, I think.
yeah, I'm curious to see if they're able to get rid of something, and
They need to blink off a few units.
they need to lock down the Necrons where they are and stop them from spreading around, scoring points.
Good question. Where is Cypher hiding? I'm going to go and find out.
Yes, I did try to locate him, but I couldn't see on the camera.
This is my last decision. Whether I fall back in charge with them or just fall back. Save the CP for the charge. Because I'm gonna charge these guys first. Base up, charge these guys second. Kill them with Denim Pilot and kill this guy. That's my plan.
Yeah. Depends how.
Back
Did
to
you locate our man?
I think he's following up behind the Legios. I think you've got a Lord. Oh, have you got the telly thingy on?
Yes, it's on. You can see the
think-
mouse on the top.
I think.
It's very hard to see that dot. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, there he is. We've got a Lord squad here. Lord squad here. I think this is Cypher here.
Ah, I see.
And he's projecting. No, you don't interrupt. Oh, well, that's gone. I think
that Cypher?
I think this is him.
Looks like he's
Might
a
be a
banner.
custom model.
Might be, because I don't see the
I
Cypher.
don't know who else-
Cypher has a cape. You would be
Don't
able
know
to see
who
him.
else it could actually be, because
How about the behind the accursed?
I think that's
No,
remained
that
with
must
the
be a
accursed
character
unit.
from the
I
accursed
think
unit.
it is Cypher because I don't. The Lords are both accounted for. There's no other larger based CSM unit in the list, and the placement of him is.
But no, it cannot be him because Cypher's on the 32 mil.
Is he not the same size as that?
Hard to say. I'd have to look. I'll have a look.
Right this second, I don't know. All I know is it'd be a logical place for him to be because it means no interrupts for these guys here, which is quite nice. But we'll see. We'll find out. So it's go turn time for the CSM. Let's see what damage they do now. The Warped Helens are out to play. The Lords are out to play. He can't run with a squad, Sean. He's alone up, but I think he's just hiding and generally getting involved.
Okay. I shoot with the Void Dragon with the 1 CP.
What, 2 CP, 0 within Cypher.
Aha, it is Cypher. Look at him.
Overwatch, you mean?
Look at him making that Overwatch cost 2 CP.
And for free the X Mark.
Yes, that is a custom Cypher model. Looks really
I
cool. Has a
knew it.
massive horse icon.
I knew
and I
it.
didn't know if it's him, but Boris just said
this is
Pointed
plus
at him,
three,
right?
it's
Just
2
as he went
CPs
over.
because of Cypher
plus
and
blast.
pointed at him. So I was like, yes.
Absolutely.
6
Pretty
model.
awesome. So good placement of
Yeah.
Lord of Deceit aura
7.
at this stage in a game is very big. No interrupts, expensive Overwatch.
Sustainer
These
2,
sorts of things
so
cost points now.
8 more.
Yes, and the reason I didn't want to ask Boris where is Cypher because it instantly tells the Italian player, oh, I need to watch out for -1 CP.
Yeah, I
7.
think that puts
Plus
him
one
down
CP.
to not being
1.
able to interrupt in the centre now, which is
2.
huge.
Yes.
Actually, not that huge. I don't know if Boris is actually trying to take those units on right
Plus
now. Maybe
one.
he is.
Dead peasant.
It's good to have the option.
Hmm.
Good to have the option.
2 for a Trumpster.
Yeah.
He's got options at this moment in time.
1 dead.
1 dead. 1 takes 1.
The big shots. No hits.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying it. This is the final game for England of the WTC.
Yes, it's looking good so far from what the coaches were telling us.
7 games played,
When you start,
bunch of wins, couple of hard losses, a lot of lessons
It
learned.
might not sound like much, 7 games, but it's 7 4-hour games.
It's 7 4-hour games, and it's also 7 pairing preps.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
In-depth preparation of maps, missions, matchups, trying to understand the ins and outs of what an opposing team does and what they're going to try and do, how they're going to think. There is an awful lot of work that goes into a team's round.
Not
played
even
7.
mentioning the months of prep before the event.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Shooting.
Yep.
There.
Yeah.
Big turn ahead from the CSM.
Okay.
Packed. Passed. Plasma pistols hitting on 3s. Plasma pistol hitting on a 2. 3s.
Doing a bit of incidental shooting here into various
180,
Necron units.
3 damage 2.
So 82 at 5 plus. 2 damage.
Bolt pistols. Nothing.
Okay.
Hazardous.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
Again, Boris is fairly quiet because his microphone just decided to riot and just died for no reason. But luckily the Italian's player mic can pick up both players when they're talking and standing next to each other. So you've got an idea of what's going on. It's mainly Boris points, I go there, Boris points, I fight there. There isn't much.
It's not the most cerebral army CSM, is it really? It loves to hit you and come and take your land. It always has.
It looks like the death mark is getting charged to stop them jumping around. I'm not sure they can kill them fairly easily because of toughness 5 on them, 3 up save.
He's here, Sean. We just discussed it. That's safer.
Yep. It's a custom model with an icon.
Just projecting his irritating debuffs around the board.
Base here. Base here. Base here.
Buckle up. This goes one of 2 ways.
Base can fit through here now.
And not much is gonna change. It's gonna be blob against model for about 90 more minutes until the game ends, because that's just how target lists work.
Oh yes.
If Boris is still there on the table, it's going well. If Boris disappears from the table is no longer going well. That's pretty much the analysis of the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And can you imagine that these cultists used to be OC too?
That was insanity, wasn't it?
That's the main reason I played them. Great counter into elves because they just literally don't have anything to kill them.
Just had no way, did they? There's some potential plays here with his Legio squads.
Everyone knows to do that.
WTC, it's still up to the vote
If you roll a lot.
from the captains where the WTC is gonna be. Which,
There's some internal debate right now.
That's
And
even
the
better.
fundamentals of it are that Belgium's beautiful and lovely,
No,
but it's
because
also
I can't base
expensive.
on this side.
And broadly, you've got a bit of a divide from the teams who are coming from wealthier countries, have a lot of resources. It's easy for them to come to Belgium. There's a few of the teams who'd rather it was somewhere a little bit more accessible price-wise.
yes.
I think that's very reasonable, but at the moment, alternative venues discussed haven't necessarily met
You want to
a number of other requirements for kind of quality of life for those attending, so they're still hashing it out and working it out right now.
Yeah, there's lots of great countries that can be done.
Yeah.
Just the front.
For my part, I think Mechelin's beautiful and amazing. The venue's incredible, but fully sympathetic with teams
The venue
that
could do
don't
with an
have the
aircon,
same
but
kind of resources.
you can
It
have
makes
One guy will
sense.
have to base that guy, yeah?
So we're seeing some nice surfing here from the CSM.
6 plus 3, 9.
Yeah, one guy will have to base
Yeah,
it. if
one
they get
there,
space,
yeah.
So
Boris
I'll
is looking
do-
to yo-yo off the squad here.
Yes, the slingshotting,
Into the hex mark.
the slingshotting
Delicious.
tactics is the way to do it.
And what he's done in a number of ways in this round is just start targeting the soft parts of the list, picking them off, tying them up.
And then I'll go this way.
Yes, one is
Hold
Um,
on, hold on.
sorry,
Yeah,
one air, and the other one.
the other one inside here. So this
Inside,
bad
yeah.
guy. Here.
Yeah.
What did I roll? 11. Here, 1 inch.
JS says, where are the Vindicators and the Forge Fiends? Yeah, Forge Fiends, 190 points now.
Yeah, within 3. Yeah.
Outside of Soul Forge, I don't know that I'd run them. I mean, 1 in Undivided is actually good in this detachment.
Yeah.
Here.
But that's the thing. I've played Magic with the cultists, and I only had 1 squad. And you know, it used to be extremely hard to stop elves just jumping your objective on your models on your objective and taking it away. What cultists allowed you to do is you literally just spread them across 2-3 objectives, and you can loan up them with Nergal back then. With OC2, they were just immovable objects. They've been nerfed heavily, but they're still incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When I look at the CSM list, I want to see Forge Fiends and Vindicators. That's definitely is a Soul Forged, right?
Yeah, that's right.
With
Soul Forged is great.
Orica.
There's actually
I'm outside a second.
definitely playing a pack-bound gun list or a Renegade Raiders gun list. Also, Vets of the Long War. Actually, very nice.
There's a bunch of options.
Saves you having to take Abaddon. Just slap full rerolls on those tanks if you want to hose something down. I'm going to look at Vets of the Long War when I get home. Haven't played that one yet. I'm still working my way through the CSM book. I've been playing Night Lords in the TTS League. Not great.
Nope.
Pretty fun though.
Look cool.
It's got some cute tricks.
I think they're gonna go first. The Chunksters.
There you go. The Chonkers are coming in.
Chunksters unite.
Is Boris multi-charging or going just for the
It's
Catan?
not clear to me.
There's a wall here, so I
I
can
think it's
base.
probably after the Transcendent, right?
I can clear my guy. One more guy has to base.
Oh, looks like he's
You
multi-charging.
cannot go there.
There's a wall.
Ah, that's a wall.
Please, please.
Gordon Chung's watching, says go Vets. It's a totally original
Side
thought.
wall,
Gordon
yeah.
definitely didn't steal it from anyone.
So left to base here with
Ah, no,
small
actually no
bases,
multi-charge.
but not a big base.
Won't hear otherwise.
Just as many attacks into the Catan as possible. Boris just wants to protect his backline, tag everything he
Hopefully,
can.
Chung family having a nice weekend.
You can jump.
Game's still very much on a knife edge right now.
One more base here.
But from a macro perspective,
You know what I'm doing?
looking like the 2 Catan are going to find themselves stranded
One
in the
base
middle.
here.
Yes. They won't necessarily die very quickly,
No.
but they won't be able to move anywhere, and they don't have enough OC to contest these objectives against cultists, which is exactly what cultists want to do.
Yeah.
You can imagine that Catan likes to fly away, they just drag him back down like a
Yeah.
balloon.
Warp Talon's now getting involved. Apparently the sun's out in Scotland. I don't believe it.
Lord,
10 minutes of glory.
where is the wall?
How is Scotland getting on at the moment? Let's have a look.
This way.
I know
Well,
they're
the fact that the sun's
playing off
out in
against
Scotland doesn't
Germany.
mean it's not raining.
they're currently in 10th place.
Oh, look at that, Tom.
Whoa, 29 degrees in Nottingham. Bonkers.
Shocking.
Currently
I
got
thought I'm
Scotland
going to
in
skip the heat.
Top 10 as it stands going into the final game. Scotland in 10th, Germany in 9th, Italy in 8th, England in 7th,
They're gonna go to the
Poland in 6th, Australia in 5th, Spain in 3rd,
It's France and
joint with the
Sweden.
USA,
like here.
Sweden in 2nd and France in 1st. Looking down the other end, facing off at the bottom, currently got Andorra playing for last place, Luxembourg just above, South Korea and Cyprus just above that. Luxembourg's goal, not finished last, very much on the cards here.
Yeah, UK is hot. Believe me, this place, I'd rather be hot than
Let's fight.
humid. Humidity is the worst thing. The fun
Yeah.
that we have is saving my life. But at least we have fun watching the games. I don't think I'll be able to play in the middle of the hall, you know, in between everyone. It's really difficult, so I can imagine these players are really, really exhausted.
Wales boys currently in 34th,
34th, oof.
just below South
Them
Africa.
first.
Yeah.
Fast. Power fist.
Here we go.
There you go, fight phase.
We go back in.
Slanesh Legionnaires with exploding fives, getting extra attacks here.
Rerolling
Five,
2 wound on
rolling.
objectives.
Oh, that's a very tasty roll.
Imagine if there was no -1 damage.
Legionnaires, once they get to combat on a point, are just bonkers.
3,
Catan
3.
takes 3 wounds. Good start.
Down to 9.
Just leave it here for now, yeah?
Yeah.
Down to
9.
9. Chainsword.
Yeah, chainsaws are probably better than. Oh, actually, power fist wound better, but chainsaws have more attacks.
It all ends up about the same into Catan. Obviously, the chainsaw's lower strength, so but the reroll wounds help.
Ooh,
Just trying
that's a
to-
good
Just
wound
trying
roll.
to push through that damage one. 2 more through. How's the Feel No Pain looking? Fails both.
Ooh, nice. 5 damage.
This is good.
Lord.
This is very good.
Obviously powering up.
Clown mode, I agree. Boris' hobby
Ooh,
game, second
3
to none.
sustains on the Lord.
Oh, 4 sustain on the Lord.
4. Oh
Sustain
yeah, 5.
fives
You're right.
impact bound, baby.
Hit on twos. Threes. But
Ooh.
sustain fives. Crit
Yeah,
fives.
but you take our 2. It's 5, 5, 6.
6 attacks.
Yeah.
I missed 2 for crit,
Ah, yeah, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
One.
Got some devs.
This is
Oh, casual.
damage.
8 dev
Three
wounds
goes
from
to
the
two.
Lord.
You
Would be
use the
12.
dev as well?
Yeah.
Eight
Would have
dev.
been 12. Pretty sure that squad would have done most of a monolith there.
4.
Takes 4.
Three,
Down to 3.
Yeah. Down 3.
Down to
3 left on the Catan.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Catan's going to interrupt. Surely has to swing for the warp talons.
Yes, I think on
I
Talon
think
Wound
Boris
on
is looking to
6
confirm the kill with the warp
how many
talons here on the
wounds?
Catan so they can piss off into the sky.
That's all the CP's gone
It's
for.
very hard to use warp talons
They
now
wound
with the
on
adjustments
fives.
they've had.
One have 2 wounds. You have
On this squad, it's here. This
Oh,
is the other squad, yeah.
no, and the other one.
Oh,
is-
it looks like there was another one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Four
4 models.
4 from this squad here, the charger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have 4. Okay. On the 4 or in this
Scotty
guy.
Ham says it's coming
On
home.
the 4 guys in the.
Sorry, I have 5.
Well, someone's
As
coming
always when we
Four,
say it's
five.
coming home.
5 chunksters
It's
and
not.
a guy left in this squad.
It's
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 5.
from. Yes,
Everything
exclamation mark
comes
lists in the chart,
Yeah.
and you'll be able
Plug it
to.
in, show him the way.
How many attacks?
8.
On twos.
Yeah. 5. The second one, those 7. Mine. This involves
Damage?
D6.
So one at a time.
Yeah, 1 dead with 2
I
left.
feel no pain.
Ah,
Yes,
you have
two
feel no
left.
pain, yeah.
So first one.
Yeah.
Swinging
6,
into the
one
chunksters.
3.
No problem.
Someone
at all.
else,
yeah.
no problem at all. We're here to help, here to serve. That's the whole
plus-
point.
5. 3
Three
dead. Yeah, the last one. 6.
4 dead. So for coherency, this guy's on the 2 wounds. I have to keep this guy
Yeah.
for coherency. So 1, 2. 3. 4. So it's this guy and her left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because taking a battering there.
Mhm.
How many wounds left?
They tend to. It's just they do it slower than
3.
than most, which is what makes them
Talons
great.
will go next. This guy was facing. Good. 1.
Matt Green asks where are all the occurs. Oh, they have been shot to shit, my friend.
As they usually do.
5.
Simply too sexy to live.
7.
You seem a little biased.
8. 9. 10.
So I see what you're into.
I like the weirdos and the baddies. Always have.
So what you're telling me is you're an imperialist historian that's into peasants and chokers. Is that what it is?
That's the gist. I'm also a nerd whisperer, as we found out earlier on. So, right, I think the warp talons are trying to do the job on the Catan here.
Warp talons are definitely the thing to do it.
Paul Bridge says uphill battle to Boris. I don't see it. I think this Catan's dying. I think the monolith's taking a lot of wounds.
11 explosions, I believe.
I think a lot of the utility for the Hypercrypt's getting hurt. I think this game's still very close right now. If the warp talons fail to kill the Catan, though.
That's a terrible wound roll with that many dice.
With that many dice, then we've got problems.
That's fine. It should be
Let's see
another
some
5.
sixes. A few more.
3, 6, 10.
10 wounds on
Not
a
terrible,
2-wound
but-
Catan. Oh, 3-wound Catan, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3 wounds good. Should
How
be
good
good
at
enough.
Warhammer is he? He's not very good. Harry's Feel No Pain's looking dead Catan.
Yeah.
Just about.
Get in the
No.
bin.
Yeah.
Doesn't explode. This is no prisoners kill.
Yep. And one of the Catans gone, which is a huge roadblock.
It also means the warp talons are going to be able to go up in the sky this turn. Once they
Yeah,
start
see ya.
being mobile,
They're gone.
every single chaff unit in that Hypercrypt list is dead now.
Yeah, it's just gonna be
He will
Ingress charge.
pick them
Ingress
off.
charge.
One at a time over the remainder of the game with the warp talons.
It's only round 2, so they will have plenty of time to do it.
And
Obviously,
they're on end of turn.
They need to speed up a little
So
bit,
it's
and I'm sure they will.
absolutely huge warp talons. This is why they got nerfed. They are very powerful.
4 chunksters left.
And he's going to try and do what he can to the monolith now.
4 chunksters left.
I don't think the monolith goes down this turn, but a Chaos Lord might do its thing. Or unless both are committed. I don't know where the other one is. Oh no, the Lord's on the other side, so it won't be going down this turn.
Chunksters.
Paul Bridge, you're completely right. That was it was crucial. That's why he put everything into it to make
Yes.
sure it happened.
Absolutely. And there is not much return threat other than the monolith, and monolith can get to them wherever he wants anyway.
Exactly.
What did I say? 19 did I say?
9 plus 8.
17. Or it's late. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I agree, Boris. It's been a very long
We're
weekend.
with you, Boris. It's been a time. We've had a time.
I can't wait until I'm done packing and I can just lay down in bed
Oh, mate, when you get home, that
and
feeling.
do not set my alarm, just sleep.
Yeah. It's going to be weird waking up on my own rather than having Tom Higginbottom wake me up.
Well, I'm back at work on Tuesday. That's gonna be weird.
Oh, mate.
13.
5.
Working at the
Your
Glass House?
strength? Ah,
No,
your
no,
plus
no.
one.
I've got a full-time job.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
-1.
What do you do?
Yeah, -1 to them.
IT.
Ah.
Take
Good
4.
good figure.
That adds up.
Identical guy. 1 explosion. Oh! 23 models.
I'll bring many
Really?
souvenirs with me, mainly the bug bites.
Five.
As I round the hand down
13
my leg, I
left.
can feel all the bumps after being bitten everywhere.
We've had
13.
5 mortal
Exactly,
wounds
with
going
them.
off from the guy with the bonking stick on the
Extra.
monolith. That's delicious.
The bonko stick.
The bonking stick. Dev wounds on 6s, managed to get 2 through. Tasty.
I don't like the dice.
Yeah, I agree. You didn't know
He
when you
doesn't
roll
like
which
the
ones are-
dice.
yeah, I agree.
Uh,
How many attacks?
6.
2s?
2s and 2s.
Strength 8.
8. 4. 3, sorry.
Damage.
3.
First guy. Kills a guy, second guy.
3 then.
Kills 2 chunks. He's skill based.
Okay.
There. Legionnaires. Pact. Pass.
Oh, we've got legionnaires activating now.
Sorry? Are they 1 wound
I-
models or 2 wound models?
1.
I believe these are the ones that were near the cipher.
Chainsword.
Obviously, the goal here is, with any luck, clear out one of the squads, pile into the
Right.
hex mark and take him out as well. Steal the back objective there. That's the goal. I leave the Necrons on 1 objective once again.
7 minus
Minus 1 here.
4 plus.
Good.
4.
1 left. Power fists.
Fascinating matchup at the moment.
But these are the better targets for these power fist boys. No -1 damage makes them much more effective.
Simone asks, why did the English guy reroll to wound with the Lord on the Catan and inflict 4 devastating?
So-
He actually did 8.
Yes, and it's a very interesting
They can go anywhere.
way the rules work
They
now.
can
If
go
the character
close
joins a squad,
No,
he gains
only if you
the
go
squad
only.
Only if you can
rule,
go on that
squad
side.
buff effectively. And since he's in a squad of legionnaires, it means that if his opponent is on the objective, he gets 4 rerolls to wound. So since he's joined the legionary unit, the Lord benefits from that ability, and he gets to reroll full
Yeah.
wound rolls, which
Yeah.
is great.
So Nesh Legionnaires still reroll wounds, Simon. It's the hits that you get through Undivided. So the only thing you're missing is how the rules work. Don't worry about it.
These guys couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Back. He failed. Try again.
Yeah, that's just the innate squad ability, not a
Yeah,
not a
Legionnaires give you reroll wounds all the time, whatever you mark.
Yeah, you reroll once to wound always, and full rerolls to wounds on objectives, just like
Yeah, so
Immortals.
sustained 5 from the Legionnaires then.
Most battle line units in most armies have
Yeah,
such
exactly.
ability.
It's very common, like rubrics do it as well, right?
Yeah.
And Immortals in the Necrons list do the same. But it's the combo with the dev wounds on the Lord's Hammer is just so potent if you get a few 6s. 8 mortal wounds. I mean, it would have been 12, but the Catan minus is the damage.
That's why they used to be in chosen squads, because you used to be able to get them for reroll to hit and wound for 1
Yeah.
CP for Undivided.
Absolutely
Now it's
bonkers.
just changed slightly. It's slightly less powerful, but still very good.
82 damage to fail 1 and he did.
Why I did fail?
Come on, I rolled 5 1s and 2s on my Lord.
Hex marks bought it. No prisoners is looking good. Storm hostiles looking good.
Which is what we want to hear. Boris denying primary, taking enemy's home
He
objective.
set the trap there, and he's essentially just gone round the
Is
Catan in the middle.
Is that a 0 turn for the Necrons?
No, they'll get 5. They've got the
Oh, for the middle?
they got the Catan in the centre, but it's a 5. Boris got a 10.
Oh yeah, there's Nightbringer and a Void Dragon in the middle,
Exactly.
right?
I think for the Hypergrip now is how they get back into the game with Catan, who can't 3-inch deep strike, have to jump up, have to try and hit 9 charges to go and hit those reserve units.
About,
I mean, you can just do the 9 charges, right?
removing Something.
It's a risk, but that's
Yeah,
not
Alberto's got it. Sounds like we've got some
This
Italians
guy,
in the chat.
where
Hi
can we
guys,
do this?
let's chuck some Italy flags in. Come on, support your guy. Let's have some Italy flags for Francesco. I want to see it. Very curious how Italy have done this weekend. I've not seen their games. Who have they played? How's it been? Who's been performing for
5
them?
models. Yeah.
That's it. Back. Fast. I don't know what they do. I have never struck with them. But you're about to get
I don't know what they do.
That's a great thing to hear.
It's a Team England player, everybody.
We need to elect the coaches now. Boris, what does your army do? I don't
2
know.
attacks, hit on 4 strength 3. 10 attacks.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. One explode. 5. 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ian Van Cheese knows he should support England, but he's a Necron boy, so he gives his love to Francesco. Yeah, nice to have a bit of faction
Okay.
loyalty, I think.
Okay, now you decide what to pick up.
Luckily for me, they both line up on the same side.
There you go. Looks like that's the end of Boris's turn.
He's putting white flags in.
Classic.
Naughty. Down, boy. If I had a water spray, you'd be getting sprayed.
He definitely deserves it.
Oh, man. Been a long weekend. Magic being pretty funny in the chat has been a consistent point.
Yep.
He hasn't let us down.
He's been pretty timid.
If I go
Yeah, I
there,
bet he can get worse.
6,
Yes.
This is his
it's
PG-rated
Charger
version, I bet.
It is.
Yeah.
The other one got banned day 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Within 9.
He can be a good
Yeah.
boy, especially when he needs me to
8
paint his
on dice,
offshore miniatures.
Yeah, it's
for the board game.
round base.
so I'm sure he will behave. When there's something in it for him, he's good.
I have these guys to rocket ingress.
Yeah.
Got some
This
French
is
jokes
10
being
guys.
made.
Yeah,
To be honest,
no,
that's
no.
a bit rich,
It's the
given all the
turn
names
number
they've been taking.
3 for you.
Three.
Starting from your third.
At the end of my turn, I have to decide
Oh, they spunked
for
England.
secret
The-
mission.
Hello,
At
Paolo.
the end
Nice
of
to
your-
have you in.
Yeah.
Hope you're supporting the Italians and having a good time.
My warlord is out. for
Do
now.
Italians
It's
play
this guy. X-Man.
outside in the shade when they play 40k? I feel like that'd be the best way to do it. Set a little table up in the garden. Nice weather. Play a bit of 40k. Right, it's time for me to check in with the old coach team. Boris has done a number there.
No
Very
worries.
proud of him. Well executed turn. It's all to play for here.
And again, we can see there is not much on the table that's changing, and that's gonna be the theme of this game. Because again, I'll repeat this again. Power pit lists are designed
Only
to
this guy.
meet you in the middle and keep you there. And Boris has done a great job to make his way to his opponent's
My
home
second
objective. Because it's
Yeah.
very hard for the Necrons to chase him down all around the table. And he just wants to be alive and auto see his opponent on the
No
objectives
action, please.
as long as he
No,
can.
please. Oh, okay.
I'll do it for you if you want to start moving.
Thank you.
them out.
Thank you. I raise the Titan, the wounds, 2, 10, left.
The reanimation protocols for the Necrons. Also ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that Necrons get to heal
1,
on Decatans from reanimation protocols. But here we are.
and this guy. Okay.
Yeah, the France unfortunately spunked England. So, as much as we can shit talk the French, and it's always fun, we did lose to them, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about it. But everyone seems to be winding down. All the players are chilled. The results are looking decent, I believe. It's all about trying to score high, stay in the pod, and do well. Yeah, banter is always good. I love players that can take banter, and there are teams who are better at it than others. Good bit of shit talk is always fun. Wouldn't take it any other way. You can see the French players trying to calculate how to push cultists out of every single objective. Yes, these are the classic orange Glasshammer dice. I've ordered 150 of them. I must have given away about 50 at the event, but they're fun. I like them. I also got a set of blue ones, which is great. Tom's voice is always great. He's gone away to get some updates on the round, but when he's back, I'm sure he will indulge you. So, what it means is there is X amount of teams, and they are divided into five seedings, I believe. And you into 4 seedings, and you've got seed 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All the top teams are seed 1, and based on the placing at the event every year, they're seeded 1, 2, or 3, and then you draw teams into a pod. So every seed 1 gets separated into separate pods and gets to play seed 2, seed 3, and seed 4 in the pod phase in the beginning of the tournament. Before the actual pairing starts. So you play your seed games, you play everyone in your seed, in your pod, you play every seed in your pod, and then you start playing. So if England were to drop to seed 2, it means they could potentially face France or Poland or some other top team in the first game, which no one wants to do because you could, you know, it's terrifying. The better the seed, the better the pod you have, and the better chances you have on an easier route to the podium. So that's why England dropping. If you don't end up in top 10, I think then you drop a seed
Yeah,
down.
okay, yeah.
So
How many wounds and
that's why.
what
That was the talk. I hope it wasn't too confusing. My explanation was terrible, but you get the
fucking
idea.
Space Marine.
What did you list as battle line?
Sorry?
Is your battle line all dead?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not that one that you're picking.
Non attivo fa lo stesso. Speriamo.
Looks like the Nightbringer's making the move onto Boris's home objective. You can see him right here. There's a squad on that. I think it's just a squad of legionnaires on that objective. It's gonna be a decent charge, but you know, maybe he can make it. Obviously, he wants to deny Boris points as much as Boris denied points to him. Create that differential, get a good team for the got a good score for the team. I think in this matchup, England is favored. So you know, Italy's looking to snatch some points away, get a draw or a win, and throw the span in the works and drag England down screaming. But looking at the other matchups, it was looking pretty positive, so hopefully we're safe from that. Yes, exactly. Top 10 teams are seed 1, and exactly, that's a very good explanation. And if we don't end
Still
up
control the
in
objective and, I'm
seed
still
1,
in
then that's
three
a
inches on the center, okay?
great shame.
Is your warlord?
I use the ability of the monoliths. I put in 3 inches and I control the objective because I am in 5 inches tall, okay?
Yes. And you can come wholly within 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within.
And he can come from deep strike within 6?
Yeah, I can, when I stay in reserves, the Eternity Gate, I can go out in during the reserves when I put the reserves.
Even though he doesn't have deep strike?
No, I use the ability of the monolith, so I don't have check 9 inches from your models.
You have to check 9 or no?
No.
Okay. And you have to check 6 within a board edge?
6 from the monolith.
But not within a board edge? Because he doesn't have deep strike, like Strat Reserve?
Yeah.
You overrule that.
It's the same. It's all in strategic reserves. Okay?
Sounds good. So I can charge it down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see your lords. This guy is see your lords. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Looks like it's oh,
This guy 5 inches. I see the issue. This guy.
I put on the microphone, unmuted it, and I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I picked up the wrong headset.
Dave is wearing my headphones. I'm back, people.
Everything looking good?
Yeah, trending up in a few games. Radford having a hard time against 1,000 Suns. Nas has absorbed the Blood Angels and is now looking to start pushing back, which is nice. Vic's having a good game with the Sisters. Tony's having a good game with the Tau. Quietly optimistic about Manny's game too.
Good.
Again,
I'm sure he
growing
needs
into the round.
I'm
All
sure
our
he
best
needs
rounds,
that.
we've grown into it, and it's
Good
just,
score.
as we've seen, if anything radically slips, that's where we have problems. But at the moment, it looks like one slightly off result, but a few that are good enough, and a mission that rewards being up enough. I think we're in a solid spot.
Perfect.
What's happening in the chat? What you idiots been up to whilst I've been gone?
We were talking about, someone mentioned that England can drop down to seed 2, and
Oh,
what
we
does that
absolutely
mean?
can. Yes.
So explained what...
that would be a very, very rough end to this.
So Jack had a good explanation how the pods work and seeding works on the very bottom. And I'm sure that clarified everything. Because basically, England needs to finish top 10, otherwise it's really bad.
Absolutely, and this squad would see themselves as top 10 as minimum. I think.
Yes,
very competitive
I'm sure there
players.
would be a massive disappointment if it wasn't.
Glad you're enjoying the voice, Sean. I've had to go for a very snookery, soothy style for this event to try and make it last all 4 days.
Yes, we've gone for
It's
a
worked.
full park of
Nerd
strepsils.
whisperer, Strepsil Town.
Strength 5, lethal hits.
Ian Van Chee says it means we brought great shame on our houses. No shame on the houses. Everyone's equipped themselves very well. We've learned a few things, which I think we'll take into next time, but that's not for now. The team's going to have to do some soul searching after this. But first, we need to beat the Italians. Are we going to do that? So, Hypercrypt, Area Denial, no prisoners. Those cards are pretty suitable for what they're doing.
You can see the Nightbringer's going for that home objective with Legionnaires on it. If he makes that charge, there's going to be a carnage. And
yeah, that'll be rough if he makes it. What's his distance?
Couldn't say, they didn't say what the distance is, but it looks fairly close.
Yeah.
A little bit wrap around the wall, so it looks like a 9 from the top. It's very hard to gauge distance.
Only one thing. I prefer to stay here, and then I charge on the objective to shoot inside this guy. So that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, thank you.
Legionnaires are going to get shot.
Yes, the
Definitely does
Necron
look peaky. It's all going to depend on the damage done here by the Hypercrypt.
exactly, and the Necron player needs to start trimming down Boris's units because, like we said, he inflicted a lot of damage on him. But Boris has few models here and there, and that's all he needs when it comes to scoring points.
That is the killer thing here.
Yeah, because Tarpid lists, they're not there to table you, they're just there to score points. And
And here you go.
Boris
This
is
is
really
where
panicking rapid
this is
ingress.
where things get exciting because Talons have ingress options. Come down, continue to cause mayhem.
Yeah, 1 hour left remaining, call from the ref. End of movement phase for the Necrons. Boris is rapid ingressing, looking for the most juicy bit.
He can't see me.
Trying to find space with his talents.
Outside of charge range, outside of line of sight, and then he just wants to possibly advance and charge anywhere he wants. Ideally
Shooting.
not even advance because that costs you a CP, I believe, still.
Yeah.
When you
Start
smash.
the easy things. This guy inside this. How many shots?
Get some shots off.
Two up. 3 up. 12. 2.
That's the invincible rhino.
No, it's impossible, really, really.
There's a rhino that does not want to die. It's beautiful.
There was a lot of, to be
Okay.
fair, on the Italian plane, there's a lot of ones that he has rolled
Yeah.
on the very obvious easy shots.
Okay, I start to shot with this guy inside the.
So the
this
Italian
unit.
player, interestingly, does exactly what Dan does to me many times. Is he snatches all the dice.
Two-
You know when
two
you've got two
lethal,
piles of dice, and
one
whenever he
hits,
rolls saves or
three
attacks, he
wounds,
snatches them
AP2.
to his side, and then that's a dominance
with,
establishing move.
No, I
When you
see
make the
all
opposing player
models.
walk up to you to ask for dice.
Yeah, but I see all models.
5 up.
3 dead. The Royal Warden shooting her. 4 shots,
Never seen Royal Warden actually shoot.
3 hits. Strength
I believe it's
5,
a Ghost Blaster.
2 wounds, AP1. 2 dead. Damage 2.
Taking some casualties.
I believe he finished off the squad, just left the Lord alive. That's what it looks like.
I start to shoot with the destroyer inside this. No,
Wrong
first
side.
this
Yeah,
inside
it looks
this.
like the Lord's on his own,
6 shots.
which takes away his rerolls to wound.
It's okay. No.
This is obscuring.
From the pistol, I see this guy.
Few disputes about line of sight.
Past my guy, you can't see that big head.
Yes, but I see this. The Lords. The Lords, it's out of this line, right?
18 inches
Just
to
let
the
him work
unit
this
that
one
you
out.
have to see. So no. Because he has to be to the unit that you see.
I am within 18.
Lord?
Yeah, the Lords.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
The
Yes, my
school.
top knot, my
Yeah.
top knot, yeah. 6 shots.
There you go. These shots are not very scary usually anyway.
No, he's more of an elf killer than a marine killer.
3. Minus
Three
2
ups?
with no cover.
Minus 2 knot.
Minus 2 no cover,
5
yeah.
ups.
Yeah. 2 dead. You have 1 wound.
These guys took a wound, not these guys. These guys passed their test.
Ah, these guys.
Yeah. 1.5.
There we go.
I shooting
It's
on
always,
the units with
Intimidating when you've
one
got
wound
the
for
ref
do
next
this.
to you when you try to roll dice
So
or
I
talk about
prefer
rules. You
to move this,
instantly,
okay?
he's like driving
Okay.
in front of the police
I
car.
see
You're like,
that
"Whoa,
there is
No
so-
do I know what
That's
I'm
my
doing or
mistake.
not?"
Thank you.
You can see them just the same.
Yeah. 5 guys.
Both sides have taken some blows.
How many wounds? 6.
5.
5. 4 up in wound.
He has a free reroll. If you battle round, you can use a free strike.
First,
Definitely looking a bit peaky for the CSM at this moment in time.
this inside this. Reroll to it because you are on objective. No?
1 wound.
1 lethal and 1.
It missed.
No, I reroll to it because you
Ah,
are
you
on
rolled
objective.
it,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. 2
Two.
wounds, yeah. Minus 2,
I have cover now.
yeah. But 2 wounds.
Yep.
But he's slowly dwindling down. Boris just wants to make sure that that squad is alive on that objective.
So it should be 1 more. There's nothing attack this squad. Sorry. 2 died.
Yeah.
Should be 3 left. I picked
Ah,
up.
yeah. Uno of this guy should be inside this.
Yeah.
I reroll to it.
Yep.
2, 3 up, 2, minus 2.
Fine.
Personaggi niente, no?
Shot.
Yeah, yeah. I have to shoot with this, the monolith, the Nightbreed. This shot, the big shots, and the other shots.
Nightbringer making the charge or not will be very big in this game now. Position he's in.
No. First a monolith. 3d6 inside this. and 4 big shots.
Is anything blast?
Not entirely sure on that one,
Yeah,
Jack. I'm looking
but
at
I
the
can
projected
fire
score.
without.
Last time we had a coach on, he said it's a
The
medium-sized
and
win.
The other shot,
Okay.
And that was the prediction.
I see the.
I don't think it looks like that right now.
This spider has 3 wounds. You also see this.
Hopefully it's gonna be a big win.
Hypercrypt in general has had a fantastic event. It's just
Oh
been-
no, I mean medium-sized win for the
it's-
round. Sorry,
Yeah.
not specifically here.
Hypercrypt in general has
Four
been
models
a
inside.
top performer in the event. It's been great.
It's
No,
very
I
tough,
shoot
very
with
mobile.
all,
That's his
Very
one shot
solid.
there
It's
and
finger.
rest.
Big shots here, 3d6 there.
One big shot there, 3 big shots, and
Again, the predictions
Really
since it's the last
inside
round,
this.
matrix and predictions are no longer really a secret. So the coach was happy to say
12, yeah.
what the prediction rounds are. The tar pit
Yes.
versus Necrons always gonna be a slow, low-scoring game. I can't imagine it
5.
being expected to swing massively or have a
8,
huge
2
score. It's just a
Yeah.
solid,
Oh.
solid 11,
Sorry.
like
Yeah.
9 to 11, right? It's around that
5.
mid-ish area.
1.
Yeah, it's a strangeness, I'd agree, Jack. It's a skew, isn't it? It's a toughness skew, the Catan skew,
Now you
this,
have 2 with
which in
cover.
teams you can babysit into better matchups a lot more.
Yes, but I see with this point all models. 2 models.
Yeah, I'd
in
agree
cover.
too.
It's over. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Damage 2. 2 dead.
Kills 2 marines.
So Boris has 1 marine and a lord left in that squad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First 3 shots here.
Yeah, forks. Good hits.
Plus 2 d3. Plus 3. And 2.
Brutal.
That might do it.
1 at 6 and the lords on 4.
Say that again.
On the units.
AP4.
AP4. Yeah.
1-6.
Yeah. 1
And
dead.
this on 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the inward on the lord.
Is
Damage?
dead. D6 plus 1.
Wait, I might use the free CP here.
Sorry.
I might use the free CP here. What's the damage?
D6 plus 1.
What else is left? What's shooting him now?
I have to shoot with
Just
them and them.
What's
Yeah.
shooting him? Just
He-
them.
No, I have to shoot him with this and with this.
Yeah, but he can shoot here.
Only this. No, this one cannot shoot him here.
Yeah.
I can shooting only on this guy's side.
Yeah, Boris would really like to keep the lord to get some more bonks in.
Might as well use it here because that lord.
Bonking
shouldn't
is
die.
always fun. That's one
Now
fun
the Lord
list.
goes.
One fun thing he has in his list is the bonk lord. Everything else is just a tar that just goes in and slows stuff down. And potentially warp talons. It's always fun to hit something with warp talons.
5 guys shoots inside this 5.
Very, very
Great.
tough game at the moment. A lot of casualties for the CSM.
No. The Void Dragon is shooting inside. No. First this.
Just send Catan into the squad on the objective.
I see those destroyers screening.
5.
90 points to screen your entire deployment zone. And
I
your
love
entire
that. They're a
backfield.
bargain for 50
Minus
points.
2.
Incredible.
You have
Absolutely.
Plus
incredible.
6, 3 wounds, they
with
heal.
2.
Just annoying enough to waste whole activations on.
Yeah.
Here's 1. Here's 2.
I have to roll D3 damage.
Huh?
I have, yeah. The first is dead. Is dead.
1 left on a wound.
Yeah.
Boris is losing a lot in that quarter. He really was hoping to keep a bit more to hold that objective 1.
Yeah. He's definitely light on resources, especially with the Lord dying.
And the Necroplayer is doing
I
a
shot
great
with
job.
the Void
He
Dragon.
cleared objective 1, now he's about to clear objective 4 with the Catan charge. Objective
Inside
6 I believe is his with the Monolith in there. Objective 3 is his.
6 plus 3 and,
Nightbringer could
Nightbringer
potentially...
makes his charge, things start
I
looking
saw
very
the
peaky
floor.
for CSM. Very, very peaky.
Yes, and Boris would potentially be getting 0, which he really doesn't want.
Nope.
It's definition of squeaky bum time.
The big shots.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's wound. Minus 3. Yeah. How many shots?
5.
Yeah. 2 up, +2.
Wait.
The other peril here.
Yeah.
If he zeros
7.
Boris, he won't be able to go for a
Minus
secret
1.
mission. He would otherwise.
So can down. Takes 2. Down to 3.
Yep.
Very, very peaky for Boris.
I think I shoot with everything.
Yes, I think so.
Charge.
Oh, the Necron player is on 1 CP.
Mm.
Need to add that on.
The canner.
They go
4
with the
plus
charge
4,
phase.
I go ahead.
And that's big, because I believe that's going to be about 9, maybe 10-inch charge for that Endbringer.
Yeah. No CP to do it.
This
Oh, he's
guy?
got a CP for him.
That's a 9-inch charge he needed.
Cypher's in trouble.
I think it's a 9 again, I didn't measure it.
And the Neckbringer, I try at 8.
8, yeah.
8. Okay, this is a bit closer.
No,
That's a 1.
I reroll.
And he rolls.
I need
Definitely
this 8.
something
Big
he's gonna
moment here for points.
Yeah,
He gets a 10.
Ooh.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh, wait.
yeah.
You can't reroll within 12.
Oh! Cypher! Cypher strikes!
Oh, he got back up to 1 CP.
Oh, wow. That was looking real bad for our boy there. Huge.
With 1 inches, I can reroll.
Huh?
With 1 inches more, I can reroll. Yeah.
No, but that's the furthest he moves to keep the 8. So you move in a straight line to keep the 8. You can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, that's something you
Yeah,
can't really
but
take
if
back
I
when
don't-
you move and
1
stay.
inches there,
This
I
isn't-
can roll the dice.
No, but
It's 10.
Huh?
Yeah, but if I move, I don't want the, I
You
don't.
can go through the wall.
Yeah,
This isn't
but
really one to be
yeah,
adjusting
but I
now, right?
won't try to roll dice for the charge. I prefer a roll with 1 inch more.
Okay. So,
He's got too much information now
problem is
to
we've
do.
already moved this model.
Yeah. If you want, I roll the charge.
Yeah, of course you will roll the charge. but
Yeah.
It's 12 is here.
9 plus 3, right?
This is a mess.
That's the max you can move. So you
Okay.
have to go like
Okay. Okay.
see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what Boris
I
is
mean-
saying is, I would be fine for you to move somewhere else if you want. Have a long
Problem is
charge.
he's rolled a long charge, right?
No, if I can roll, I go here. I try to charge the Rhino. It's easy. It's for score 5 points.
That's no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
They've worked
So
it out.
6 inches, let's move you where you were.
Wherever you want. Put wherever you want, and I roll the charge.
No problem. I think this, you were like here, right? 6
Yeah.
inches.
I don't think I would be that as understanding as Boris. I would go, if you
No,
roll the charge, you
I
failed it.
agree.
You
I,
cannot
I
really
think
change
that's
the...
the thing.
Yeah.
But there we are. Just nice. As long as they work it out together, that's the main thing.
As long as Boris is happy. It's his game. It's his points to gain.
Fight, I can start. No.
Hypercrypt in a really dominant position on the board at this moment anyway. So.
You can't reroll here.
I can't reroll. I can't reroll any way. I can reroll anyway.
I didn't think about Cypher being it up. The new rules change completely.
I start to fight. I start with Netbringer. I can kill the Rhino, I think. Yeah, it's dead.
Why?
How many wounds you have?
8.
8.
No save.
No save.
Okay.
It's -4 on Nightbringer.
Alive?
Yeah. +2. 7. 1 left.
Oh, he
At 4 plus at the end
didn't
of
kill
turn,
the
I kill, I
rhino.
try.
Didn't
Statistically,
kill the
that Rhino was
This
dead.
guy?
I agree.
I agree with you, Ian Benchies. I think you just suck it up in that question, in that issue.
5 big attacks.
I'm very much of a
One
player
of those
where-
ones where you've got
Go
so
up.
much information on the
Strength 12.
turn, on the round, and you're trying to
3
unpuzzle.
in bull.
Yeah.
It's not the same as
I'm the
trying.
kind of player, if I
you
mess
didn't
up-
mention it, you hadn't discussed Cypher at any stage, hadn't tried to actively work around that aura at any point.
I'm the kind of player that if I mess up, I don't ask for it back because I learn if I mess up. If I were to take back everything I do wrong, I would never learn, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
The new Vect is great, but remember, the new Vect is extremely
This guy,
powerful,
yeah.
but the downside is you're exposed being in the middle of the board around the units that are trying to use CPs. So it's a
more.
big ups, but also big downs for it.
You have armor save only?
Some big noise or
Yeah,
another.
someone must have lost the game very badly.
So I roll the 6
Slapped through the
damage,
table.
right?
Yeah. It's strength
9.
9.
The first. Dead.
Time on the round winding down
One,
here. Only 40
two.
minutes to go.
Yes.
D6.
Necron player has 50 minutes on the clock, and
One guy is on 2,
Boris is
on
pretty
1.
comfortable
Okay.
on 25, I
Three.
think.
2 guys dead.
Ian Banshee says the new Vector's too powerful. No, I like it. I think it's in a good
Yeah, I
Two
think
spot.
it's
plus.
balanced. Because again, you get exposed.
It's painful, but there's a
5,
lot of armies
7.
with free strat abuse out there
Yeah.
too.
Uh,
I'm enjoying the interplay that
7.
brings.
4 guys dead.
Yeah.
Transcendent has killed the Chunksters.
So you can't tag me.
So Boris will be at least on 5
Literally got
points.
one left.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
you are in the wall. I think.
Yeah, you're right. It is a big area of effect.
Do you think you can tag all of
I
them?
think one model that can die using it is okay.
What is?
Yeah, they're
Do
all
you think
4
it
wound
matters
models
which one
pretty
I
much,
pulled?
right?
Could you touch any one of them that I left?
Yeah, you put all on objective, right?
No,
No,
just
only 4.
yeah, to deny. Here, I go first,
Yeah.
right?
Slapping the monolith.
Oh, I don't shoot one shot.
Oh, yeah, we forgot that. Yeah,
yeah. I roll to it. Yeah. Wounds
5 up,
6.
6 up. Two guys, no packets. 7, 11.
Yeah.
Wound roll. Want that for the room roll?
Two
Okay,
4-ups,
2 4-ups.
4 damage.
Yeah.
The death wunder.
And again, the fact that Necrons have a few strong pieces, they still have 2 Catans and a
Nice
monolith that Boris cannot really kill easily.
Yeah.
Will be a menace, right? Because they can be
Oh yeah.
going for the
Still
home objective
14 last
burn.
two.
That's
Yeah.
10 extra primary points. And I feel like it's an
I
uphill
killed
battle for
one,
Boris now
two,
because
yeah.
there's no ablative wounds anymore.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
13 last
I
turn.
think if you were playing Boris's go turn again,
13,
you'd
the
probably
last
go all in
turn.
on the
Oh,
monolith
sorry,
right
sorry,
to kill
yeah,
that.
It's hard to say because then don't the Catans go rampant? You don't know. It's
tough.
hard to say.
Very tough.
Why don't you just roll the same
Yeah,
die
yeah,
for the
for the luck.
For the left?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
'Cause I feel like the
Damage?
Necrons will
Yeah,
now be
three.
able to sit on objectives and do what they want
first guy?
without
Yeah.
being punished too much.
Lives.
But these warp talons need to.
Yeah, he's got some assets left. He's
One
going to need to
shot is dead.
scrap with every
Someone-
single thing he's got now.
Lives.
Got resources to keep
Dead.
making this a difficult game.
Both die. And just the character left.
Yeah, because if you look at that side of the board, there's a lot of Necrons that gets to play the mission.
Oh yeah.
But that's what the warp talons are there for. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna
at 4
remove a
plus,
bunch of that
I
stuff.
guess-
They're going to have to try, aren't they?
Oh yeah. The Immortal Rhino. You already got 5 for no prisoners.
Yeah, this one's
5, yeah.
hit the fan in a big
No
way.
prisoners for 5
CSM
and,
are reeling.
0.
For 5.
Simply been hit much harder by the Necrons than they've been able to hit them.
It's true distance.
I have to stay in the back.
Yeah, that's for area denial is 3.
I use 1 CP
What's the one speed?
for the deep strength in 3
But
inches.
he's already shot.
It's,
He's already shot.
yeah, no, but I declare to you, I stay in 3 inches. You,
Oh, sorry, I
you
thought
tell
you
to
just
me.
wanted to control the objective.
You tell to no, if in 3 inches for area denial, and then I still control.
I misunderstood.
Okay,
I thought
okay.
he just- but then he shot some stuff.
Yes,
He shot my lord. So my lord.
yes, but I kill with a lot of shots, sir. I know. You won't put back one guy, sir. I shoot, sir.
Oh, you shot
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I three wounds.
Yes, one
Yeah.
die. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They're working it out.
Okay,
They're
so
having their
Boris-
moments, but they're
Boris
working it
gets
out.
out the running back.
I think it's partly language.
Yeah, miscommunication.
It's partly language. They're
Yeah,
trying
no,
here.
no, I want to stay in the
So,
center.
yeah.
I'm not as stupid.
No. My apologies.
Oh, it's the same.
I'm going to go and get a report on the
I
round
strike
before
in
Boris
the
does his
center
thing.
and I see this guy.
Yes, I agree. Yep.
So that's
Um,
normal. I see, I strike on this. It's the same.
It's still
Yeah.
it's still a
I
tense round
only use
for,
my
um,
speed.
for the both players.
5 and 5.
But they're working it out, talking it all out.
Okay, it's your third turn. You control 0. No, 1, sorry.
He never said it, but
Yeah.
if you draw area denial, you obviously want to be in area denial, and you can see he was within 3 inches of the center.
We have to do the big fight.
He just was on the crater, but yeah, it's up to Boris. He'll do his things. Any
All
news?
right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first confirmed score of the
Ooh, that's quick.
round. Young gun Nassim cares not for Blood Angels. He has 11-9 them, winning that round. Winning that game. We ain't won the round yet.
Well,
But that's good.
Hold your horses. Last
Starting-
time we went
starting where we
far.
like to start with a small win, blunting the Blood Angels very effectively there.
Blood Angels don't seem to be doing great in general. They're the very big hotness in singles, but at this event they haven't been too great, I think.
Yeah. And I think those in the chat observing, I think the issue we're having is just that the guy isn't expressing his intent very clearly, and we've got to be empathetic and assume that's partly a language thing, partly just not, being here to talk English the whole way through the round and every possible little thing, but certainly has made actually working out what he's trying to do at times and what his logic is. There's been a lot of after the fact moving things around.
We reset the dice, so it's
It's mildly infuriating.
it focuses. There we go. Yeah, but also remember.
He's also playing a good game. Let's not lose sight of that. Like, the Hypercrypt are in a very dominant position here now.
And remember, he's been playing 40k for 3 days now, for 10 hours a day.
Exactly.
So I can imagine that your brain is scrambled eggs at this point, and you try to communicate what you're doing and think about what you're doing is very difficult.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I struggle to keep focus at times, and when we're just watching the game,
Yeah.
it's just been so long. It's very difficult. I cannot imagine doing another day of high intensity gameplay. Boris drew overwhelming force and secure no man's land. Secure no man's land, increasingly
Okay.
difficult, unfortunately.
Objective kills. He can get objective kills. Secure is tricky right now.
They go hand in hand
They
because
do,
there's something on
they
every
do.
objective. But
You take the butter shock.
I suppose the Hexmark Destroyer is the easiest to kill. But if you charge it, you're getting counter-charged by a Catan.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy holding the point, isn't there, in the back there?
Yeah.
Little destroyer. I mean, he might be screening. I think there's one in the back on that objective. The Necron home objective. Let's have a look.
Come on.
Oh, can't tell. Can't tell from here. I think he is on it. I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
We've got the Catan here. Void Dragon in the middle.
Shout out to that Rhino for surviving Nightbringer. That's pretty mental.
This is what rhinos do. And you can see on the clock, Boris has a bunch of time. 31 minutes, and the Necron player is down to 9. He had a lot of stuff to do, and they're only on round 3.
That's big as well.
So
Very big in the context of
clock
this
might
game.
be an issue.
Yeah.
Because it's not the kind of game where you go, yeah, you can have my time, we can finish the game. It's
Oh,
the kind
no.
of game where every dice roll kind of matters.
Warp Talons can do a lot in this game against an opponent with no time. Very brutal though.
Because
Very
once
brutal.
you run out of time, you can only roll your save rolls, and I think score primary and such things like that you do automatically when you're somewhere.
Yeah.
You cannot do anything out of your initiative. No attack backs, nothing.
Boris has plays here, but as he will know, he's taken an absolute pasting. He's going to need to use every single asset he has to the absolute maximum for the remaining few turns to get as many points as he can.
And he knows a lot relies on his shoulders. He needs to bring
Yeah.
the expected score or more if possible. And he's got a turn where he lost a lot, so he definitely needs to do what he can.
Paul Bridge, I'm not sure how many wins the Monolith's on. It took some.
I don't think he'll
Down
need
to
a
maybe
couple of
13, it will have
damage.
healed a couple. I think the realistic chance of killing it is gone, and that's what makes this game so peaky.
I'll see if I can get an angle on that monolith to see the one die.
You take.
Oh, I believe it's the dial, so
use,
we won't be able to see very well. Oh, you know what? I'll go have a look. I'm sat down.
Sure, have a look.
I might have a peek.
Let's see what the board state is for the CSM. Oof. Round into Italy. Scary game. Gonna have to see how the guys can get on.
Yeah.
Rhino in combat. Good.
You have 6?
6, everything's 6. This Rhino.
Incredible.
He no longer needs one. This unit behind the wall. Fine. The one-man band. Fails.
Thank you. And this guy.
Oh yeah, the lone soldier.
Okay.
He's not gonna do anything.
And yeah,
Very,
Dennis, I
accurate
agree.
what you're
I think there's been a bit of adjustment and take backsies that have definitely hurt things a bit.
Okay.
Definitely hurt things a bit.
It's very difficult to say no. I
It's
know
so
that because I'm a
difficult to
very
say no.
nice guy. Whenever I always give too much and then I regret it after.
Me too. And there's just things, there's situations where once you have certain kinds of knowledge in the game, you can't really be adjusting other things.
There are obvious things, like, oh, this squad didn't shoot, they're here, they're obviously doing containment.
Yeah.
Or if you shoot a one bolt pistol from a squad because you forgot
Yeah,
he's doing an action, that's like, oh yeah, obviously you didn't want to shoot it. Usually what I say to my opponent, are you sure this squad is shooting because they were meant to do an action? That's that kind of thing. But again, it's all about declaring intent. If he said, I'm doing this and I want to be outside of this, it's very different. But then again, it's last game of a very long weekend. Both players have been stressed, I bet, because Italy's in the same spot we are in, so I assume they had the same kind of road to getting here. It's been a long day, everyone's tired. Then again, you need to try to keep up your tightness in the gameplay as much as you can, because that's also part of the skill.
I don't dispute Marco. I think obviously a lot of time does go on the interactions with things like the accursed in the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's something that when they discuss it, they'll work it out. But clock management's above and beyond my pay grade. I hate clocks.
I'm decent on clocks, but they always stress me out when they're there. Even if I'm playing knights and I know I'll be fine, I'm always stressed out just thinking about the clock. It affects my decision making, to be honest. But that's part of the skill.
So it's just blocking
You
off
draw
Nightbringer's
B,
movement.
might
with
bring
the
it
Rhino.
down.
Yeah, that amazing surviving Rhino, because Nightbringer only moves 6 inches. He will only be able to move an inch away from the Rhino, shoot and kill it, and then charge the squad through.
Yeah. Boris was probably better parking the Rhino directly in front of Nightbringer.
Yeah, I agree. The Nightbringer shouldn't recharge, but then karma happened, and the Rhino
didn't
survived.
die. Yeah, you've got to block the movement, Boris. You've got to stop it getting places. Put it where it, there we go, good boy. That's where it needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like it on the objective.
No. Yeah, just got to.
Because it's fine.
Put it where he wants to walk.
So exactly. If I find
This
the mouse.
ground's getting stressful now, guys.
So
I need me some big England scores to make me feel better about this
when
game.
Rhino
This
is
game's
here,
on a knife edge.
the Nightbringer would have to move
Could be
here.
a huge collapse of the CSM the way it's going.
And then it extends that charge range, because the Nightbringer movement range is about that, and he's a monster, so charging through the wall will be like that.
Exactly.
So even though he flies, well, to be fair, this is enough OC
Let's see if there's more scores.
to stop Nightbringer charging onto the objective and take it away. So Boris just wants to stay safe, and he's trying to figure out how to stop Nightbringer jumping over.
Go through the wall. Right?
No, I can go.
Yeah, saying no is very difficult. You have to be very stern. And then you're not in the wrong. You're in the right for saying no. It's just it feels a bit shitty to say no, but sometimes you have to, because rules are rules. And quite often I said yes, and my opponent said no, because things are just this way. So you have to be careful.
It's, if I go
But Boris is a top player, and
it's
he makes his decisions. He knows what he's doing.
Dice.
He's very understanding.
Yeah. I can go there with my back is there,
There's a wall here.
and yeah, but
More than an inch from the wall.
more than one. No, it's impossible more than one. If you stay on the objective, it's
Okay.
impossible.
So from here
Yeah,
to be an inch,
yeah.
but you have to move within an inch of me, which is not possible if you don't declare me as a charge. 'Cause I'm
All right,
standing
guys,
here.
we've got another score to
Yeah, but
report.
I
It's
I
not a
flip
good one.
five.
Ooh,
I go
After an heroic weekend, Chris Radford has fallen down into the Thousand Suns. He has lost 119.
119.
That
Ooh,
is
that's a
not
huge
good.
score.
The round is in jeopardy.
Boris is not doing great.
We're running out of time to do anything about it.
Even if there was a push call now, it's just too late in the round to really make a difference, because
We're
you
going to
have,
need
you
some
have to
big
stage a
wins in
push. We've got 25
other parts
minutes.
of the game. We've got 25 minutes to get it. Looking
So what's the
peaky.
maximum I can move so you can...
Really squeaky bomb at that point.
I think the guys are giving a lot.
I
I
can
think they're
go
just
there.
starting to run out of steam in general.
I can see the clock on the table, so I don't know how much time players have got left.
now it's
9 on the dice.
9
Oh,
on
I can see the
dice
clock from
and
here.
9 on
Boris is on 23 minutes.
Nine
The Necron player is on 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Just have to be careful not to waste too much time on pointless things, and just use that time to score. Because if the clock stops for both players and the score is low, it doesn't matter that both players scored low, but the scores that Boris will be bringing will be not
For
enough.
sure, yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
Boris needs this game to go for 5 turns to score his things. That's just
Yeah.
how it works.
I've left mostly 6. You cannot go this way, so I'm going to block the charge with them.
Yeah, okay.
I guess I'll put them here.
Yeah.
That's the block.
Yeah, check in 9. Yeah, okay.
So you can't charge the Legionnaires now.
Okay.
Ten moves.
Yeah.
It's possible.
If you roll 5.
Huh?
If you roll some 5, yeah.
Yes.
We're back. We're just seeing what Boris can dig out here in a very precarious situation. This is really going to test his mettle to get
Locus.
any and all points he can.
England is currently losing the round 12 to 28.
Yeah, we've got other scores yet to come, but we are running out of time to complete them.
It's getting tough. And the clock is back on the table. You can see the Necron player has 9 minutes, Boris has 21 minutes. Just seeing what can be done.
Beast of Nurgle's come in.
The MVP?
He's going to get that 4 points, isn't he?
Oh, you said it's going to get 8 points.
I know.
And we really
I
need
got
to get the 8
got
points.
greedy. I might regret that, but he's definitely getting 4 for established locus.
Okay. Through here.
So we will see
Charging. It's
what can be done.
one move.
Oh, there you go. There's some stuff happening.
2 up safe.
Yeah.
I believe it's a shooting phase.
Yeah.
Definitely a matchup where having some of these CSM tanks would have been nice. They go through
Yeah,
Necrons
some
like no one's
Vindicators, some
business.
Forge Fiends.
Yeah. Not sure this was ever an optimal one for Boris, but it's starting to get away from him now.
But it's a familiar territory when we're saying the round's looking great, the round's looking good, and
only
we're
move.
saying we're in trouble. It just seems to be a
what we've
familiar
got is a running theme of what we think
the
is
Matrix,
happening
right?
is not
I remove
what is
this,
happening.
okay?
Yeah.
Useful lessons. I mean, it happens for most teams
Probably need a
most of the
second look at the
times.
Matrix.
Yeah, I think so.
Do I want to stay there? Just leave it for a second. I think I'm gonna go in there.
You go away, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the Warp Talons picked something up and jumped up, which is what they do. Moving left and right.
Single girl. The 2 men. And the lower.
It's looking pretty bleak. Oh, I'll mute your microphone, don't worry.
I can base the hull, right?
Yeah. The whole
Don't have a great angle to see that charge. But basically Monolith is being charged. It's only on 10 wounds remaining, so it's definitely killable. You should be able to do it.
Locust. Overwhelming. Another overwhelming.
No. Who roll first?
The single girl. Packing. Packed.
Yeah, I believe all the models in the event went through model approval, so they're fine. And the model, I think, was well within 12 from looking at the tape measure.
The other squad.
But yeah, all models, all armies before submission went through approval, and
Chopster.
they should be fine.
7 attacks. Nothing. The girl.
Any news?
I just had a nice cuddle with Boris from Team Luxembourg. That's the main news. We're doing a shirt swap. Obviously, our 6++ have been working with Luxembourg in prepping in the last few weeks.
I'll
It's
leave you on the
great.
top down and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to... Where is he? There he is. I need to talk to our long-haired friend.
Yeah. Discussion in and around the base size of the unit.
5.
Not fully clued in on the ins and outs of that one, but I think the main thing with that one was actually just the player thinking about the aura tool, which he didn't do at any stage, or didn't express a conversation about the aura at any stage,
You can remove the
and then
models.
tried to adjust his play around it once he spotted it when it was already too late. So let's not lose sight of that.
It's-
Obviously, yeah, it's just messy. Been a messy game from beginning to end,
What
really.
is the one take 2 wounds for my sniper? Yes, 1 or 2 take 2 wounds. I don't remember where it is.
Purple was middle, so it'll be her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 1 left, 2 left, 1 left. I strike.
Luxembourg are looking
inside
good in their round,
the-
Leslie.
The squad.
So the hope is that they're going to win that round, and then they'll finish with a win and a draw. Fingers crossed for them.
Do you
They're
know the
lovely
grade?
guys. They're actually
How many
very
wounds? No,
solid
at
players
7,
as well.
At 7. At
And
7.
they deserve good things.
4,
5 opening bone.
3 damage.
2 damage. 3
3.
on the chunkster. Dead, and she's down. She's dead because she took some wounds to the sniper.
Just quick question. Is Cypher dead?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Overwhelming and established.
Yep.
Over to you.
Wait,
Oh, you
I
need to
face
put
with
some-
this.
Oh yeah, we need to do this. You strike first.
3. 2 dead.
Back.
Yeah, very exciting to hear, Leslie.
1.
We've just had a
One
ref
by
over,
one.
so I think Cypher would have been sorted out if there'd been any issue. Oh, Beaky, I agree. The players at this event are the best in the world. No exaggeration, they're phenomenal. Even a new team like China's been incredible at this event.
Yes.
You
So
look down the ratings and there's a
at the end
bunch
of
of
your
teams
turn-
who've struggled to win games full stop.
I've spoken to our
I
coaches
control this
about
objective,
the
right?
cipher, and the models went through approval. They were all
good, that's
approved, but they
one.
will double check, confirm with
Okay.
the confirm with the
Models
refs.
were sent and approved pre. There's probably a communication mix up here, guys. So thanks to Stream Vigilantes for bringing that down on us wherever you are.
I scored. Yeah, I
What
scored,
phase are we in?
scored
We had a very extensive
10.
approval process about models already.
Yes, and especially Boris's army, because it's a nice custom
Clean
army, and
slope.
he always submits it for approval.
Okay.
So it looks like it's Boris's command phase.
I
Necrons
raised
command phase, sorry.
X map.
1 CP each for each player.
That can is full. No, it's 10 plus 3.
What's happening, sorry?
ALDs. The monoliths 2.
Boris still has players here.
Yes, definitely.
It's definitely gone against him. I don't think anyone would pretend it hasn't.
Establish
Logo splints.
Necron cards have been delicious this game. They've lined up very nicely with what they're doing.
Oh, at the end of your turn, I try to kill this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be cool to hold the events in England, but in England it's
One.
expensive to travel to and expensive to be in. Like
That
very
rhino is
expensive.
just living.
It's
It took 1
impossible,
damage.
It's really impossible.
Rhino is god tier.
You can see the clock is
Running
now
out of
very
time.
tight.
15. We started a bit late as well on strip, so just
I play fast. I
Monolith
start to
survives,
burn
that's big
the
as well.
objective. This guy.
So I think there were the ways and means to kill the monolith weren't taken. Didn't happen. This game's a real grind.
This guy's round.
As Jack says, with the economy being what it is, it might be a good time for the UK to host. Yeah, but our economy's not in shambles because prices aren't high, Jack.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's great
Yeah,
caliber
we would
players
be-
at this
no,
event, and
this
then there's
guy,
us. Luckily we're not
Don't
going.
think England's getting
Yeah.
that one through.
Yeah, Royal War.
Cool, we're moving it over.
I still control this. No, I think I score more with burning objective.
I got a beast there.
Yeah. I don't see.
Sometimes
okay.
I do that when you zone out and you don't look at the
Yeah.
model.
Yeah, that's fair, Jack. I have no idea how economics works. Don't call me on it.
8. Okay.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We are limping to the end of a
see
very
the
long
clock on the
coverage
table.
of the WTC and England's run at it. It's me,
Cleanse.
Tom Loam of 6 Plus,
Yeah.
David Glasshammer. We've brought you many hours of content. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have had a blast. It's
We're
been an
exhausted, but it
incredible
was fun.
event. We're exhausted.
Yeah.
The
No.
team's had an
Cleanse,
incredible run, a lot of
cleanse,
drama, a
burning.
couple of big losses. It's been very dramatic.
It's still a very tough
Steam's
round.
just running out on this final round against Italy, but thanks so much for supporting us. Thanks for all the beer money you've sent in. Thanks for everything you've done, all your energy and commitment in the chat
And
and the
this
party
one,
time
guys.
that we've had. Really appreciate it.
With 1 CP.
You can like and subscribe at Glasshammer. You can like and subscribe at 6 Gaming on
Establish
YouTube.
locus,
Get involved.
with this guy.
Going to be a great time.
I stay on top.
Oh, 3.
No, I stay in 9.
Because of the top.
Okay?
So spend 1 to drop 3?
No, I
Oh,
have
you
9.
do 9.
Yeah.
No.
9 and 9. Fine. Shooting.
Thank you, Ian. I'm really happy that you enjoyed the coverage. Tom went away to get a little update,
This because
see
you don't
if we
see me.
have any news yet.
Scoring your point.
And I'm just
okay.
here pressing buttons on the cameras,
6
more on an autopilot now. I'm really
This.
tired looking at so many games,
4.
but I'm really happy. I think it's been a great weekend.
This guy save at 4 up because minus
Thank you,
2
Dark
and
Angels.
cover.
Damage?
Yes,
D3.
oh, definitely. It's gonna be even better next year. There'll be more tech.
One dead.
I'll be more experienced,
2,
and
3,
hopefully we'll have
4,
better showing from
it's
Team
dead.
England. But I'll definitely be back. Have great feedback, and I know certain things to improve on.
This guy.
And there'll be way better cameras. Everything I can improve will be improved. So looking forward to
The big shots
next
and
year.
D3 plus
Tom's back.
on this guy.
And we're back,
Space
baby.
Marine, one
Thanks,
attack,
Martin Dore, for your support.
It's-
Thanks, Bodge, for your support.
no wounds.
Thank you to everyone for your support. It's
Yes.
been awesome.
And I'm really happy you enjoyed it. It's
Best
been
thing
it's
about
been
this
fun.
hobby, isn't it?
Plus
Just the
2.
energy and the excitement that it inspires in people. WTC really is an amazing event.
Yeah.
I wish I
Long
could
may
play in it.
continue.
This is multiple
Just
damage.
not quite
Yeah.
there yet.
And AP, right?
Yeah.
He's dead.
Okay. The monolith shoots inside the combat on the lords.
So just with the big heads.
Yeah, and 3d6 inside this.
Magic asked us to stream for 3
36
more hours or
inside
so. Absolutely fucking not.
11
Not a chance.
for half,
It's been amazing. I'm ready for a rest.
6s. No, 5.
I mean, I can leave and stream on
2
while
mortal
I'm
wounds
packing
dead.
up cables, so you can, enjoy me rolling cables, putting them in
Uh,
bars.
Right, the hero Rhino has finally bought it.
This Rhino was an absolute travesty for the Necron player.
Oh, across the tabletop says, let us know what tournament you're going to. You'll buy a ticket just to shake your hands and say thanks.
No worries.
Robert's also singing David's praises as well, he should.
Thank you.
I'm going to... There's some singing in the hall. Unclear what about, but it must be something
Yeah.
good.
Yep, definitely sounds
Maybe
like
it's the French. Something big has happened.
Or just very
Unclear
passionate.
what or where, but hey, we'll find out later. I'm going to be at Hellstorm, I'm going to be at LGT. Those are the only two I'm definitely
Yes,
booking
I'm
for
gonna be
at
the
the moment.
LGT. I'm gonna be at Wolverhampton
14
GT,
or 6.
at all the Glasshammer GTs. I'm actually running
Strength
in
8,
Ring.
I think a few
minus
more
2
events
to
on
damage.
Drakari as I try and finish as high in the UK for them as I can.
I've actually got a team event coming up in September.
Oh, nice.
STG. Great guys, small team event, 6 teams, but we attend every time with Glasshammer. Currently undefeated, but it might change. Dan always tries to make us lose, takes the wackiest list he can, and makes our matrix hell. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finally play some 40k, and even more so paint some 40k to get rid of my pile of shame and
Oh, yeah.
commissions.
Boris really grinding to the death here. Very tight game.
They've only got a couple of minutes left, so I can imagine they will kind of ignore the score sheet and
Yeah,
putting
we'll
the
see.
scores on the screen, which is
Yeah.
understandable. They want to finish the game. You don't want to be messing with the tech while the game is super tight. But we'll hear them talking, so we'll know what's going on. No worries. Yes, Glasshammer Wolverhampton is going to be streamed by me as well, so you guys will be able to see some coverage with how it's going on.
-1 to hit because of the murder.
Okay.
Again, clock is ticking down dangerously low. 30 minutes to Boris, 3 minutes for the Necron player.
If you make the charge,
Yeah.
you're not gonna unstick it. 'Cause I have
Thank
to-
you, Paul. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I couldn't have done it without Tom's
Make
voice
sense?
tagging along
Why not?
because it's extremely hard on your own to talk about 40k without
shots
having someone to
inside
bounce
this.
ideas off. And also, he's got different expertise in different armies
No, the
compared to me,
monolith,
which also makes it
3d6.
much easier.
D3 shots, strength
Clock
12,
for the
minus
Necrons
2
is
D6 plus 3.
not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
3
clock for the
shots,
Necrons is 3 minutes.
2 hits, 1 wound, 1 dead, and D6 plus 3. 4 shots inside the Lord.
France versus USA is close. I bet it's close.
It's huge for
Two very
France
good
if they
teams.
can draw that game.
Mhm.
Huge for France. Lock the USA.
France is in the first place pretty much
yeah,
currently, right?
exactly that.
1.
4 up with a
Yeah.
reroll. 3 CP. Fine.
Thanks very much, Crazy Warboss Gaming. We appreciate you.
I try the charge. The Nightbringer charge.
No idea how Sweden are getting on, but I bet they look
It's at
fabulous in
9.
their little hats.
9, yeah.
Yes.
I really want to see them on the
Both
podium
units.
in the hats.
Just
Not looking good for
Yeah,
Sweden
both
on
units,
scores
that's nine.
submitted according to Mike Porter. I trust his judgment
No,
on
I
most
roll.
things.
I see.
Yep.
Thanks for watching this much of us with us. Oh my goodness!
At
Thanks for
9,
watching, Mike. Is the gist.
Dragon.
One of those things.
You legend.
I attack the Nightbringer.
You tend to root for the underdog, right? You really want Sweden to do well.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be awesome to see Sweden play as well.
Yes, sir.
establish a locus and cleanse for the Necron
Yeah,
player.
they'll get
-2.
those. Necrons will get those, no
At
doubt.
5.
We've got
The
stuff
thing is,
all over the
5
midboard.
deaths.
They're only at the start of round 4, right? Unless they just didn't press the button, which is very possible. But I think they did, looking at the scores. And they might struggle to finish
Okay,
round 5
the
if they
moments.
don't hurry up.
Nightbringer made a long charge. Boris is fighting for every point that he's got.
Exactly.
He's
It's
getting more
very,
primary.
it's very important to pay attention to the clock, as you can see. It's very, very tight.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike, for your support. Really appreciate
Yeah, we
it.
need to hear Mike.
Yeah.
We need an
I'm
England win.
4 deaths.
Okay, I take.
Mike has always been a reliable.
I
Reliable
strike
brick.
the lords.
4 wounds left on the monolith.
Yeah, I only 3.
Wow. Really
8.
no way to hurt it is the problem.
Exactly. That lord is the only thing that can really kill it reliably. Well, reliably-ish. He lost his reloads
I
from the
scored the
squad,
points.
and he's dead.
Uh,
Oh no, there's 4 wounds on the lord, I think.
Establish locus, your
Give
turn.
it to you. 4 points.
Yeah, don't know
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Cleanse.
There we go. Nice zoom in on Boris'
Piece of
haircut.
Nurgle's still alive, guys.
Yeah. You score 0.
Is it
Four,
the 8
four
points?
more points
Yeah.
for the happy little guy to get to
Yeah.
match my predictions pre-game.
He's right
no,
here,
we have to do a
chasing
button.
This
them.
is the hero we need now.
Yeah, okay.
Ignore the rest of it. Ignore England. Fuck all that nonsense. Cheer on the happy little guy.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. Maybe he wants to go and fight Void Dragon. I don't know. Live a little.
France are ahead of USA at the moment.
Yeah,
That's
that'd
huge.
be huge.
Extend battle line.
You'd have to say the French
for
would
this
deserve it.
one,
They smashed
stand,
War
took
Masters
down,
and played
and
this.
50
Took
Marked.
scalps every step of the way.
We've got marked for death and extend battle lines for Boris.
Extend is okay-ish. Oh no, maybe not. No, it's not really. Mark for death isn't really either.
And we're in battle round 5. Players are very low on time.
Boris has full back in
battle
charge
with
on the warp
Marines.
talons. He's got options.
Oh no, we
Battle
shouldn't be on
shop.
battle round 5.
It's useless.
We should be on
It's
battle round
useless.
4.
It's useless.
Boris probably needs a CP for full back in charge so he can't swap his card. This is brutal.
Useless.
There you go. I'm just fixing the scores for them because they're definitely on battle round 4. Blank, previous round.
I burn
Down.
these all
There we
down.
go. That makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
Boris is at the end of battle round 4 since he's going second. And there is 5 minutes left in the round. The clock doesn't quite reflect that. It's probably because there was... I might have just not started the round quite right.
Glad you
but
enjoyed it, Mark Pocock. Thanks for being involved.
There you go. 10 minutes for Boris, 1.5 minutes for the Necron player. If I was the Necron player, any wounds that come through, just
the end of
quickly roll
turn,
saves and then try to save as
The
much time as you can
wounds
to
on,
do
Marines
your
and
missions.
Marines, no. Okay.
Okay. I can't score any of these 2, and I auto pass for this.
Okay. Do you want to move
36.
out of combat?
Yeah, we're just gonna move out. Do you wanna? So you burn for 5.
Yes.
You're gonna burn this one.
They're kind of talking
Yes,
out
I
what
burned
points
it.
are
Yeah,
coming,
they're
because at this
working.
point it's
scored
obvious.
So you're gonna score.
I draw card.
Oh no, you have.
Boris
burn
wants to
5.
finish the
Yeah,
game
so
here,
I'm
right? There was
doing
never any
primary.
danger of
Yeah,
him
So you're
abusing
gonna
the
get
spot.
5 for burning this one.
The thing
Yeah.
is, Boris is in a position where he can do whatever he wants.
5
because
plus
he's got the
10.
time.
He wants to
Plus
play the
10.
proper
Yes,
game there.
5 plus 20. So 10, 20,
Yeah.
45 primary.
Yeah.
Okay? Draw your cards.
Yes, I remove these 2 models and this guy. Recovery assets. I think I do
Glad you've
6
enjoyed it,
and the
Hannibal.
behinds
Really appreciate
I
it.
do 4.
Thanks for being here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you got recover assets and behind enemy lines,
So
which he can
45,
do.
13, 23, 40. I mean 30.
30.
I mean 30.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
there's
already
going to be
maxed
results
30.
coming in
So
now
85
inevitably,
total
so I will
with
just go and
training?
check on those as these guys
Yes,
get to the end of the game.
We do this for the...
Yeah, we'll do it on the
yeah.
So 85
So
points.
let's do mine and then we can enter both of them together.
Yeah. Establish lobos, cleans, okay. You score 5, yeah?
Yes, 5. Yeah.
The turn number 4,
So,
yeah?
yeah.
Okay. Next turn.
Yeah.
So, I score
25.
25.
Behind enemy lines.
Behind. And recovery assets. Nice.
You want Max? Yeah.
All
just
right,
talking
who
for-
wants some
They're
scores?
just talking through their score in the game now.
We have some
So-
news from the other games, which helps this round a little.
Five primary at the end of the
Manny
game.
Chima has 20 owed the World
Because I scored 1
Eaters,
second.
getting
The
back on the
redeem rounds.
campaign trail.
Yes, but at the
We
end of the
needed it.
game, you don't
It was
control
looking
objective.
very perilous. The World
Yeah, I
Eaters
have
had a
my
secret
third
mission
move.
involving Angron and
Yes,
a
I
backfield
put,
objective, but he's
the
managed to hold
Titan
on.
and the destroyer. How
Truscanea goes
much
down
is,
against the Astra
the beast?
Militarum 7-13.
You cannot.
7-13 for the sisters into
Oh,
the Astra.
7:30.
It's Pacific. I shooting on this, I kill, and I put this.
So you see there at the moment, round is looking very drawish.
39-41.
39-41.
Fronts, you cannot.
What a gentleman not clocking, says Mark Roberts. Yeah, again.
Boris has
very
been very
emphasised.
understanding.
The council.
This team's
Okay,
come to the
2
event
points,
wanting
2
to
points.
play good games in the right attitude. That's been the goal from the beginning. The boys have done that throughout. They've worked really hard at it.
Okay.
Frankly, they've often had to do it in the face of people being very abusive, little bit
Engage
negative
fronts
about it
to,
sometimes.
behinds.
but they've worked really hard at it. Hopefully you guys have
Okay,
seen that
we
firsthand
finish.
on the streams. I've seen some amazing sportsmanship and some amazing games.
Thank you, man.
Couldn't be more proud of this team.
So you're on 90, 45, 85, 95.
Yeah.
This is 20 primary. Where's my 10?
10, 5, 5, 20.
Okay, 20. And then secondary is 14, 21, 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
56.
That's
Well done.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much. Good job.
So that's
What's the final
confirmed.
score?
95-56.
I'll go and help out the players.
Looks like an 18-2, I think. Don't know if there's anything else to establish there. Patton just got away from Boris. Talons probably had to still be used to pick off some assets and try and get some late game primary, but I can understand the defensive plays with those. Necrons just did a huge amount of damage. The go turns for CSM just didn't do enough. Very well prosecuted from Francesco. Great game.
So Boris scored 3 points.
Oh, we got 3. Okay, beautiful.
17-3 for the Necrons. I'll quickly add it on and I'll go
Every point
demic
counts.
the players.
Wonderful.
Minus 20 actually helps a lot in this round.
It really, really does.
So
We
it's
needed
the
it.
redeem round if ever there was a time for it.
Yeah,
I'll be right
absolutely.
back. I'll leave you with
problem.
Tom for a minute.
So that's it. It's all on the other scores now. Players need to really, really push scores in the remaining games. If they can do that, it's all to play for. Oh, look, it's me. Hi, me. Let's get Paddington on. What do you think, Paddington? He thinks it's very close. It's very, very, very close. Oh, man. Hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves at home. It's been a lot of fun to do it. Reminder, go hit like, subscribe to Glasshammer. And if you like what I've done, I'm Tom Lohman of 6++, Vice Captain under Chris Tull, my Capitan. And you can come and watch us on YouTube at 6++ Gaming anytime you like. We have a lot of fun there. Me and the guys talking all things 40k.
I'm back here to rescue you, Tom.
Thank God for that.
The tech man's here.
I tried to get Paddington on to talk, but he's very quiet.
There we go. So, well, there isn't much to say. The round is looking very tight. It's
Yeah, it
very
is.
tough. The best I can do, I suppose, is switch to the pairing screen, so we can have a look at what's going on.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
It's 42-58. It's looking bleak. We've got 3 more scores to come in. Eldari is looking good, from what I've heard, so that should swing it back in our favor.
We
and then
need
it's
big
down
scores
to
out of Tony and Vic.
Exactly.
That's what's going to save us if anything
so
is.
I'd say we're pretty much even before
It looks,
Thousand
it
Suns
looks
involved.
very drawish.
Mm.
Alex Harrison, Tony Chu, Vic VJ are what will save us at this stage.
Which are good hands to be in, to be
Some
honest.
big losses inflicted. Grey Knights really have a rough time into Thousand Suns. That's a rough matchup for Chris to get.
And to be honest, no matter how rough it is, no matter how good it is, what I'm happy is we can provide is the fact that we've got live updates. You don't have to rely on BCP.
Yeah.
Hearsay, you're here live, you're seeing what's happening. We've got live board that we're updating, so you can, root for your home country.
Oh yeah.
No longer chance for a podium, I think, unfortunately. We're just quite too low, a little bit too low. But it's been a
Have
great
look at how
weekend.
some of the other pairings are going whilst we're here.
Yeah, exactly. All the games we had on stream were fun. No matter how the rounds went, all the games were great. You guys in the chat were absolutely great.
We have a confirmed score out of Vic VJ. It's a 16-4 to the Thousand Suns. That's
oh,
a big
amazing!
score.
That's really
That's a big
helps a lot.
score that we definitely need.
Definitely need that.
Goodness, look at that.
58-62.
58-62.
We know Chu is gonna show up.
Surely.
He's got
Tony
anti-tank
Chu can
list.
get us most of the way home on his own.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Captain carrying the team. Exactly what we need.
Germany have smashed Scotland 106-54, so shush Scotland. Pipe down. Noisy neighbours. Sweden, Spain still very much in the balance. Some huge scores in either direction at the moment. Looks like Spain have the edge. Yeah, Spain definitely have the edge at the moment based on what's come in. Oh, Grey Knights 20-0ing their Votan there for Sweden. That's brutal.
Yeah, both
Spain
Chris's
doing their thing. South Africa and Wales
How is
have
that
drawn.
done? Oh, great.
Draw in that game. Beautiful. Lovely to see.
So Dan Bates managed to draw with South Africa.
Poland have beaten Australia. Poland dragging themselves back up into the top places.
Poland
Might well be a podium there.
Poland is the current defending world champion. They might
Yeah,
not get first,
absolutely.
I think, but they'll definitely be a podium. The Admegon podium. You can see Manny on the camera in the middle. He's excited. He's happy that he's finally managed to redeem his score.
And Mark Pocock's completely right. Chris Kay and Chris Rabbit have both performed extremely well.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to see this in the context. The team were knocking on the door of the podium, and they lost the last round very close. They're all just a little bit done now. A bit knackered. You know how it is when the big bucks go out of sight. It's tough. They've done what they can. Ireland beat Switzerland in their final game. New Zealand beat Canada. New Zealand's a very good event. France, USA. So far we have 10-10 Vanilla into Grey Knights. Tell you, Vanilla's turned into a 10-10 machine this event. He's really remodelled himself. Brian Sipe has been 19-1'd by the Astra Militarum.
Ooh.
Brutal.
Is it 18 Bulgarian? Secret weapon?
Yes, it's Bulgarin and artillery. John Lennon beats the Chaos Space Marines 15-5. Gonyo beats Death Guard 12-8. Nick Nanavati 10-10. Sacco 13-7s. Olivier Weiss has 20-0'd Sean Naden with the Black Templars.
Whoa.
I think unless something radically changes, the French are winning this thing.
Great. They definitely deserved it.
And they would really deserve
They had
it.
3 people in top 4.
Yeah.
Olivier won War Master in a French mirror, effectively.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna win WTC. It
I mean,
only
that
shows
would
the
be,
class.
That would be an incredible story. And like the French league is such a cool system. French players have been coming over and smashing UK events. You know, Sacco winning LGT. And we get a lot of hype, and it's often, the English-speaking content world often slightly distorts it. That sounds like a French win confirmed.
That definitely sounds like
That is a French win confirmed. That was a very French, yeah.
Definitely sounds
Or
like
is it?
France.
Hold on, let's have a look.
Oh, it looks like white shirts.
Can't tell.
I'm told.
Yeah,
It's
I
definitely
think
French.
it's the French jumping.
It's definitely the French. It's hard to say because players do change their shirts quite often.
But
Let's
you would
see.
have to say France from day one have been the strongest team at this event. Smashing
Exactly.
War Masters, smashing the pod, going through top teams. And couldn't have happened to a better team, really. They're also lovely guys. Like, the ones I've spoken to have been great. They put music on and dance about before they do pairings.
They've got
There's
the
just a
coaching
really
staff. They
good
bring
vibe.
sandwiches.
They make sandwiches at the table for everybody.
Yeah.
The team has been very cultured, very professional all the way through, and they have played more games than anyone else. That's the crazy thing. Maybe playing in War Masters is the way. Black Templar
Templars
Horde, really powerful.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
And Ed did have a lot of success with it.
He did.
When he
It's
played
a
it.
powerful list. But yeah, well done France. If they do grind this out and win, and it does look likely, phenomenal.
Viva la
Obviously,
France.
commiserations to the
definitely.
USA, who had dug themselves back into position to win the thing, but haven't done it this time.
So unfortunately, it's not coming. It's not quite coming home.
No,
But the French are definitely.
absolutely not. I'm
up
going to go
there.
and see if there's any
There is
scores.
Dan Bates.
Hello, Dan. Do you
Hello,
want to have
Dan.
to
Yeah, we
put,
just
put Dan on.
yeah. Let's Dan. Let us know how the Wales games went. Let's go. We know the England games didn't go very well. But how did the Welsh games go?
Worse? No, I'll tell you what. It was brilliant. It's been an awesome week. Like we've just won the last round by a point.
Oh,
into South
against
Africa.
we thought you drew, so you won.
Yeah,
Sick.
no. So it turned out in the end I needed 11, but they came over to me. I was like, cool. I pushed in the primaries and all that. I was scoring one of my secondaries. So they come round and they were like, what is it? I was like, 12, 13. Predicted a 10 into 1,000.
Yeah.
I had 12, 13, not a problem. And he went, so a couple of them were getting zeros that were predicted 10s and 12s and 14s. So just push. So I rapid ingressed Val on and moved her forward, and I just stood her there. And I was like, so what is going to happen? He's going to bring Magnus over to kill them because that's his biggest threat. And then I said to Gaz, I was like, if the castigators kill Magnus, this is like an 18-2. Because then everything just runs forward and just smashes him off the board.
Yep.
I was like, if Magnus doesn't die, Magnus picks up my whole army. Because he just goes, tank dead, charge that tank, and then
so it's a push.
Right.
So it's a push of 13 points or 5 points.
Yeah, so I was like, you've got to be sure, because they did this to me before. They were like, push, and then, oh no, you don't actually need to push.
Actually.
So I was like, well, okay then. And they were like, yeah, definitely push. So I pushed forward. Magnus didn't. He failed 2 saves. He failed 1 flat 3 damage, 1 flat 2, which he had -1 damage on. Didn't, and I was like, right, okay, yeah, he's just smashing me now, and then. Then they were working out, and then they come over. He was working the points out, and they went, oh, Dad, if you get 11, we win.
And you're like, oh,
and I was like, guys.
Again.
What? Like, this is twice. And we were working it out, and I got 11-9, literally dead on. Oh,
11-9,
man, mental. It was proper dramatic at the end. Like, it was really cool.
Well, Manu redeemed himself, got a 20-0. In a very tight round, if you look at the scores. We are still 4 points behind.
Yeah, wow, okay.
So there's 2 games left to go. Choose game was looking good. Anti-tank into Tau, heavy mech Tau.
Yeah.
You know Eldar, so he should be fine in that, bringing good scores.
Good.
But that means it's all down to Harrison's Votan into Grey Knights, and I don't know how that matchup goes. So we're still waiting for results.
Votan are I'm going to stand here with so many models and score, and then Grey Knights are, I'm going to stand here and not die and score. So I think you would predict that around a 10.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't want to draw. We
Right,
need a win.
Okay, well, if he gets 10, then you need... Oh, yeah, bugger. Then you need 17 from... No, 18 from Chew to win. Whoa.
So the round is looking rough.
Push.
we want to stay in a... England can potentially lose seed 1.
Oh, I hate the word push now. It's like, it makes me come out in sweats.
So you don't need another kid.
Oh no, God! That was an awesome round. My opponent was great. My opponent's army was beautiful as well. Really, really good.
Is it the War Eaters guy?
It's the Thousand Sons
guy.
Yeah, with the fancy bases and everything. It was really, really nice. So yeah.
But yeah, awesome. That's about all the upgrades we've got. I'm gonna switch to music, and as soon as there are any updates, I'll let you guys know. But thank you guys for watching, and speak to you soon, I suppose.